called Earth.
Hello, everybody. It is Wednesday. It is cold outside in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Let me tell y'all. I'm your host, Kendra. This is my show, My Own Podcast, and it is good to be back. I got my friend over here, my homie, my girl, sister, cousin, Savannah here as a special guest. Pop up.
Hey.
Thanks for joining me.
You're welcome.
And then I got special guest Travis in the building.
Good to see everybody. How you doing?
Hey, I'm gonna clap for both of y'all.
Shout out to the Libras for sure. That's what the applause is for. It's for the Libras. It's not for us.
Before the show started, they both found out that they're both Libras. So that's a whole nother story because we all know men and women Libras are different.
It sets the tone for the show tonight.
Yeah. But that's another show. That's another show. Tonight, we are discussing the Milwaukee nightlife. The topic of the show is we outside. Everybody likes to go outside, right? We like to get out. We like to socialize. We like to support local businesses. A lot of them are places where you consider you going outside. And I do like the collaboration that I've been seeing a lot more of, kind of like the lounge and then just like the day party social scene instead of it always being at night. I like that. I feel like there's been a lot more day parties and things like old. That.
We just getting old.
That for them.
We got kids and responsibilities now. You could be out to 3 a.m. at 22.
Man. But it's a lot of people
when that baby got to be to school at 6 a.m., you got to get home. Get to sleep.
There's been plenty times I had to tell Savannah, I got to work tomorrow, so I got to go.
I got something to do in the morning.
I'm
not ready to go right now.
And she do not be ready.
That's why you be seeing them early parties. The baby got to get to school.
Oh my God.
But I've been seeing like a growth of that.
Yeah, for sure.
And I personally, I like daytime events, but not necessarily daytime drinking parties. And the reason is because I start getting sleepy real early. Real early, and I don't like that.
Nap and rally.
Man, after you do something like that, you're going to go take a nap. Right. Whereas at night, if you do it, you're going to go home and go to sleep anyway. So when I start feeling sleepy, it's natural. It's normal. I shouldn't be feeling sleepy at 3:00 in the afternoon.
Hit this old dusty trail.
Right, because once I hit that bed, I'm going to be asleep for a good 8 hours. Ain't going to be no nap time.
No,
it's going to be
especially
bedtime.
You've been drinking, it's over.
Right.
Room spending midday.
Exactly.
You gotta space it out.
Depends on the party and the company you with. It might not be no pacing.
Right.
Depends on who you hang out with. Depends on your crowd.
That's definitely true. Depends on who you hang out with.
And if the party is good, because if the party good, you might just be at it.
Yeah.
You pace it out when you're bored.
Right. Definitely getting some more drinks in your system.
Yeah. For sure. I got Tashima saying hello to us up there. Hey Tashima.
Babe.
Thanks for tapping in, sis. She is the owner and founder of Fight AAA. And I love her. She's always been supportive. Always. She has really started a very impactful wave in the city about being social without alcoholic beverages.
Yep.
She also talks a lot about anxiety and adversity. And so I respect the movement. It says, thank you so much for watching. I always appreciate your support. And another thing she's doing is she's talking to local establishments, bars, clubs, things like that, about having a non-alcoholic menu.
Yeah.
Which is cool too. And we got a chance to try some of those beverages when we had our first panel event. She brought some samples for us to try.
Oh yeah, what's the name of them thing?
Tashima, when you get a chance, drop a name of those non-alcoholic beverages that you brought. They were actually really good. They were really good.
And it got you there.
Yes.
You gotta have two though, at least two.
At least two. And then there were mocktails that she also did for dry January. So she had a dry crawl event that passed this past January. And I know that's something she's trying to bring awareness to in the local social scene as well. People who do not choose to indulge in alcohol would like the opportunity to step outside and hang out with their friends and stuff without the pressures of drinking. And just giving people options, that type of menu or whatnot. I also know she was just on the show. Where do I come from? Is that where I come from? Where I
It's
come
not
from.
a question, it's a statement.
You just have to make that face.
That's all I wanted to ask.
Where I come from, not where did I, so exclamation point, not a
Okay,
question.
I had to ask. See, you seen it was a question. I gotta make sure. That's why I looked at you. I need to make sure I was saying it right, which I was not. So where I come from, Tashima was also recently featured as a guest on that. So check that out, you guys. Since we're talking about the nightlife, I just wanted to make sure y'all understood that there are options. And she also posted the drink there in the comments. So we're gonna have to get some
They're
of that.
very good.
Kaviva.
It's a unique taste. It's a very unique,
It is.
acquiring taste.
Yeah.
But it's good.
Yeah.
Very good.
So we're gonna have to tap you in on that too.
Yeah, her and I had a conversation about some stuff that she's working on that we'll support for sure. We have some mutual acquaintances that we work with in a non-alcoholic space.
I love that.
So we partner with the Phoenix specifically, which is sobriety recovery. And I don't know what to really call it. It's an app. Right?
Yeah.
So if you're in like those steps, or if you're just sober curious, like you can go into this app and there's a bunch of free activities that you can find your community with.
Yeah.
And do a bunch of events, and it's all free. It's a national app. So even if you go to another state, you can pull this app up and find a sober community to hang out with.
I love that. I love that.
And so that's how we.
That is dope.
That's how her and I first connected. So
Yes.
I'm definitely in support of all the stuff she's doing.
Yes. I'm gonna clap for you.
That's dope.
Both of y'all.
Thank you. But, I think the diversification of spaces is really important, especially when it comes to Wisconsin being such a heavily rooted state of drinking.
Yes.
And all things alcohol.
Yes.
I think a lot of times people just feel like they're obligated to, and we're starting to shift away from that. But I'm gonna be honest, I'm not with the $15 non-alcoholic drink, because at that point I can just get me a drink. I don't understand why a mocktail costs just as much as a bottle of Hennessy. It don't make sense to me.
Honestly, yeah, I do think they bogus for them prices.
Like it's juice with flair. Like
yeah, they being a little extra with that. But I get what you're saying. But it's kind of like the difference too between eating junk food and buying healthy beverages or buying healthy fruits and vegetables. You kind of got to weigh your options when you at the grocery store. Am I gonna eat crappy this week,
right.
or am I gonna be able to incorporate?
What's my budget say?
Yeah, what does my budget say? And I kind of think that's how you. And then it depends on of course, what's going on in your life and what you need. Obviously, if it ain't something that floats your boat, you ain't got to do it. But if it's something that you trying to be outside, make sure you got your dollars ready, because you just got to pay a little bit more to be healthy for some reason, right? That's crazy.
A good clean palate is normally healthy, but why is it okay to pay that for alcohol and not a non-alcohol beverage? It's the same thing.
Exactly.
And it tastes so good.
Yes. What is it? What's that comment say, Tom? Because of how it's produced.
No, I mean I get it. I understand it. I understand it inherently, but at the end of the day, I'm just like, it's no alcohol in here. Why is this? But I get and even depending on what bar you go to, like I'm a proprietor of you pay for the experience.
Yeah.
Right. So if I'm paying $15 for a drink, but the vibe is right, the space is right, the staff is friendly, you're not really paying for the drink. You're paying for all the things
that
come with it.
Yeah.
And so that's where my understanding of it. Sometimes I've been walking to some spots where y'all should be charging about $2 for a drink, and y'all trying to hit me for 20, and I'm not understanding.
Right.
But we'll get there tonight. I'm sure we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Hey, what about them selling fake liquor? People know they liquor.
That'll get you sick too.
As a dog.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Why do clubs do that?
So here's
yeah, that'll get you real sick.
Okay, so here's the reality of why they do it, but here's the reality of why it's stupid. So the idea is that, let's just say a bottle of Goose costs $40, right?
Mm-hmm.
A bottle of Rail costs $7. So what you do is you take the bottle of Goose, you pour the Rail in the Goose bottle, and then ideally you're still charging Grey Goose prices for a $7 bottle of vodka, right? So ideally you're making more money on the margin is the idea.
But people that
drink what they
liquor,
drink know that it's not
the
it.
Difference.
Right.
And so the reality is for me is taking the risk of losing a customer over trying to make an extra $3.
Right.
And or you're literally putting your license at risk. Like if they come do a bar check or if they come and check those bottles, you're literally immediately without hesitation shut down.
Yeah.
So you're risking your livelihood to make an extra
couple bucks.
$40 on a bottle.
That's crazy.
And then to your point, like the conversation goes around.
Yeah.
Oh man, I went to man, the liquor wasn't right. I got sick. I was having a headache. I don't never had that. I ain't going back. And then even if it's not true, we know how folks are. Like once you start the conversation, it's gonna spread.
It's gonna spread.
And so even if you're not doing that, people are gonna come in with the expectation that's what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
And so to me, like I get you're trying to make money, but it's not worth all the things you'll lose to make an extra $30 or $40.
Exactly, man. You're right about that. It's never worth it. And then on top of that, you poisoning people, getting them sick.
Yeah,
like that's crazy.
I don't even drink. Like,
yeah,
what is that?
Yeah, that's crazy.
And I mean, on the other side of it, you don't know how it's made, but like liquor have different properties. So like maybe I drink Grey Goose because I'm allergic to a different type of grain, so I drink it specifically because it's not. It doesn't affect my health, right? Whereas the Rail liquor may have a different type of grain or a different type of potato, which and so you're putting people's risk at health because you may be drinking based on what those ingredients are safe to consume.
Exactly.
That's
yeah,
crazy.
and yeah, they clearly they don't care when they do that. That's crazy.
And it's just greed, and it's greed for no outcome, which is stupid. But
well, let's talk about greed because I'm starting to feel like that's part of the whole nightlife scene.
where you want to start?
Let's start.
And I
don't want nobody to feel away. So let's start with that. Don't feel away about my opinions.
You can feel away about mine. I don't care.
Okay,
I've been sharing them. I've been sharing them for
15
years.
Away.
Like I don't know if you got a chance to watch a documentary, but I assure you, I don't care.
All calls are recorded and monitored.
Like I'm here under a different guise, but at the end of the day, it's still DJ Heathen, and I'm still gonna say how I feel about what I feel about nightlife.
Well, tell me what you feel about the expensiveness.
So
I feel like, dang, you used to go out, you still have some money to take back to the crib. Now you go out, you like, okay, I'm only gonna spend $100 tonight.
So we're gonna go down this rabbit hole. We're gonna go down the rabbit hole, and I'm gonna give you the whole. I'm gonna give you the whole story from what I see it as, and stop me when you get interested.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So going back around 04, which is when I not 04, probably like 06 is when we started going out. We hit like the 21 mark, right?
Yeah.
And so when we were going out, nightlife was thriving. I would argue that like that 06 era was probably some of the best nightlife like going out experiences in the city, hands down.
Okay.
I would agree.
People were like, it was just different. Like before, like phones were coming around, but they weren't prevalent. So you was still, whatever. So when people were going out in that era, there were a handful of promoters who were air quotes popular.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and this is just in our space of like urban black hip hop Milwaukee. There were a couple of promoters who were fairly specific and known and popular. And so when they would do events, they would sell out or they would do really well.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that Milwaukee has a bad habit of doing is that instead of creating their own, they recreate the wheel. And so all of these clubs are like, oh, these guys are popular. Let's bring them into the club space because we can make money utilizing them.
Okay.
And so most of these promoters transition from doing their own parties to going into bars and clubs.
Mm.
And it was like, cool. So they're followed them to the bar making money. The promoter probably was making money one way or the other, however it was coming about. Over time, those relationships started to deteriorate. And so the promoter will go from club A to club B, right? Now, normal competition in business is that if we have the same type of business, I have to outdo you or do better than you or whatever. That's just the nature of what competition is. And so when these promoters would leave club A and go to club B, the promoter's upset with the club and the bar wants to outdo the other club. So they'd be like, oh, what was you doing over at Woo Woo? Oh, well, we was doing $20 for dudes, 10s for girls, and we was letting the women in free till 9. Oh, well, we gonna let the women in free till 10. All right, cool. Well, the other bar, not to be outdone, says, oh, they gonna let chicks in free till 10. All right, we're gonna let the dudes in for 10. We're gonna let the girls in for 10, and we're gonna go to 11. And then the promoter would leave and go to the next bar because now they had a falling out. Well, we want all the people, so we gonna go ladies drink free till dudes is only 5. And then this snowball effect happened where the art of business to get business was to lessen the cost on every aspect. Now, the thing about Black Milwaukee is that Black Milwaukee has a very small group of people that you're trying to pull from. So if one club is busy, odds are the rest of the clubs are going to be dead that night. So everybody's fighting for the same 300, 200 people. So they're trying to do everything they can to get the people because, oh, they having a concert tonight. Everywhere else going to be dead. And so everybody was trying to get the people, but they were doing it at the expense of nightlife. And so where you're at now is that you have an entire generation of people who aren't used to paying for an experience in the city. So when you say, hey, I need $20 or $30, because we set the standard 15, 20 years ago that you don't have to pay for anything to get something because greed led to the dilution of like paying for stuff. And so now we're in this space where the club isn't making any money because the art of charging at the door is kind of gone. So now we're trying to get the money in every other aspect that we possibly can. And then you get to the hookah era and it's, well, we don't know what this is. So we're going to charge $10. Oh, it's popular. Now it's 20. Oh, it's popular. Now it's 30. Oh, it's popular. Now it's 40. And so we're exploiting
Vegas.
We're exploiting the popularity of an item for profit, right? So instead of to the conversation we were just having, instead of creating an experience, you're just overcharging because it's popular and people are going to pay it because it's popular. Just like if you would have went to a bar a year ago and ordered some Don Julio Reposado, it was probably $5. Now it's going to be 8 to 10. Casamigos now probably ain't that expensive because we done moved from Casamigos over to Don Repo.
Yeah, try 18.
And so we as Black Milwaukee nightlife follow trends and we charge accordingly, which isn't fair.
So I want to go back to what you said. I have a problem with like from back in the day, the janky promoters, and it's still some today. So you buy a ticket, and that's supposed to give you access to get in and to be a part of the team. But then now you buy a ticket, but you still got to wait in line, and then you got to pay to get in.
Yeah.
But you just told me this ticket give me all access. That's the first problem that I have with these people. Secondly, when I go to Miami or anywhere, we don't pay to get in. So I'm like, Milwaukee, why should I ever have to pay to get in Milwaukee? When you in Miami, you got sections and all that, and you get in there for free. Milwaukee does not do anything upscale as far as Miami or Vegas or anything like that. So that's my problem. Why am I paying you to get into a club and you try to make us wait in line? Now, fortunately for us, we don't have to do that now. You know what I'm saying? But we work to do that. We work to get in these spots. But then what experiences are you getting?
None.
Now it's places that we go to that's cool that know us now. We do get experience, but before that, it was nothing. Like no categories. VIP ain't really VIP no more. And how they try to section us off is not how you section off no more. There's nothing coming with that.
So first of all, let we just being honest, like Milwaukee doesn't really have a nightclub scene. We have an elevated bar scene at best. Like we don't have a nightclub in a traditional sense. Like at the height of going out, and I hate these people with my heart, but 618 was probably the closest that you had.
That was like a club.
That was like a club. Everything else was just like a big open space with a bar and a dance floor, right? And so when you talk about a Miami or you talk about a Vegas or you talk about a Houston, they have what I would argue is a more traditional club setting.
Okay.
But the nightlife has evolved, right? And it's evolved, in my opinion, for the worst. So now, like, there was a whole article about how, like, oh, all these clubs are open up, but there's no dance floor. It's just all sections. Like,
right.
It's all bottle service and hookah and sitting down and selfie stations and how to use your phone and all this shit.
Yeah, I used to like Walkers.
Yeah.
And then they aren't open anymore.
But even that was just like an elevated bar. Like, it was just a big bar. It wasn't like a nightclub is like multi-level and there's like all these things happening. But Milwaukee doesn't have the disposable income to do that, right? Because again, if I go out and I open a club in Milwaukee that costs a $500,000, $1 million, and I'm specifically trying to target one specific audience, I'm not going to make it. But all we know how to do when it comes to creating hip hop spaces, that it's probably going to be black, and we only know how to find one very specific audience. And if that spot opens, because Milwaukee still operates this way, if that spot's busy, that spot's going to be dead.
That's true.
In Milwaukee, for the 30+ group now, they've gone away from clubs and they've gone to corner bars. Now people go to bars. Now Savoy's is cracking again.
Yeah.
Now we've gone back into the like traditional corner bar, neighborhood bar. Like, we've gotten away from that nightclub space, and so people aren't making adjustments accordingly. The thing about a corner bar or a smaller bar compared to a larger venue is the camaraderie of the space, the familiarity of the space. When I walk in, I'm like, hey girl, how you been? You good? Like, you want your regular drink? When I walk into a bar, it's like, what do you want?
Yeah.
What can I do for you? Oh, you're not tipping? I'm not going to serve you.
Or it's going to take them a while to bring you your stuff.
Yep. And so I think that
because it's over capacity. So yeah, they got waitresses or, you know, the people helping, but it's over capacity. They drop the age limits down when it is supposed to be 30+ because there's a lot of younger individuals who want to get in. And then you sneak in some younger people in, and the younger people is talking about it. Now the community finds out. So now the other younger people want to get in. Now you dropped it from 30 to 25. Now the next time I go, it's a bunch of young kids in here, and I wasn't expecting that. So now the scene feels different than it did last time. So,
like, what?
First of all, if you
what
like,
are you talking about?
if you like 23 right now, I feel bad for your going out experience. Like, it's absolutely dismal. Like, it's the worst shit that you could possibly do.
What about the ladies though? I've been places where some ladies won't serve other cute ladies, and they will go to the men, but the women are the bigger tippers.
Yeah,
the women are the bigger tippers, and they sit there and make you wait. I would leave a whole club for that.
So let's go down this rabbit hole, because this is one of my. Let me like, adjust myself for this, because we're gonna go down this hole and have a real conversation for a second. Here's my problem, right? You identify that as a problem. We've identified over the years any number of different issues as a problem, but we keep spending our fucking money there.
I won't
either. I'll go somewhere
else. I'm not saying y'all. I'm saying as a collective, we will have the worst possible fucking experience at a bar, and then turn around, and as soon as they start playing whatever we want to hear or somebody go over there, we go spend our money with them. We have no understanding or respect for how we spend our dollar or what our dollar does. 618 should not still be open. 618 should not still be thriving off the black dollar.
I don't think so.
There are black establishments that have done any number of shady things that we know about, and we keep going. But I blame that partially on our inability to stop spending our money there, and also the culture of the city that we feel like we don't have a lot of options. So we're just going to deal with it and go. But the other thing that we do, and this isn't so much now that I know of, but back in like the era of us going out, we would literally go to a club and they would be like, "Ooh, you can't get in with them shoes on. You can't get in with that shirt on. You out of dress code."
Oh yeah.
Oh, you out of dress code.
I remember that.
But
club around the corner from 618. What was it? They had that bad
Star Bar.
And that used to be my club. It's right around the corner from 618 on the right hand side.
It had to have been Star.
Upscale.
Like, it had to have been Star Bar.
No, it wasn't Star Bar. It was a club
around the corner on the right side.
Around the corner on this side. You couldn't wear no hats. You couldn't wear no it was a more upscale, like the ball players.
McGillicuddy's.
Oh, 720.
Yeah.
That one, that's not around the corner. That's like 5 blocks away.
What's around the corner for me?
But I'm like, around the corner. The only thing around the corner was.
I'm like, is that
so 7. I'm gonna come back to 720. Like 720. 720 is a mixed bag for me, but I like I like 720 a lot.
Me too.
I've never been there.
But what we do is that'll happen, right? Like that'll happen, and that'll go on for 4 or 5 years. Oh, they're racist. They don't like black folks. They don't let black folks in. And then the white people stop coming.
They used to be Dukes.
Dukes for sure.
Yeah.
Like they would stop coming, and they'll be like, man, we're not making no money. What can we do?
Yeah.
Let's start playing hip hop. Let's go get a promoter. And then all the niggas who have been complaining about the ability to not get into this exact same bar, now they showing up. But because they changed the DJ and they changed the music, now it's okay.
That's
why you going? Why would you go? They already now they want your money.
Everybody outside of Duke, standing outside, not even going inside, just standing outside.
And if you ever really pay attention to a trend, when that happens on that side of Milwaukee nightlife, that's the last step before that bar closes. Black folks are the last acceptable group, and hip hop is the last acceptable genre before they close.
That's insane.
And we accept it every time. My 720 story and why I love 720 and this was again like not like last one to 720. I was like, oh shit, this is not the same 720 as 07. But I went to 720 for the first time, and it was all the conversation. So me and my guy go down there. We got on whatever we got on, the slacks and the woo, and we're in line to get in, and I have to leave because a buddy of mine came in from Chicago and got lost or something. So we leave, get him where he going, and we come back. By the time we get back, the line down as long as Capitol. So I'm like, fuck. So I'm like, you know what? I was like, well, I got to. Like, I'm gonna do the nigga thing. Like, just being just being not even being funny. Like on some real shit. I'm gonna holler at the security guard if I gotta give buddy $20 or $30. Like, that's just what we gonna do, right? Because to me, at that point, that's what nightlife is.
So you the reason for that problem?
No. I never do that. But at that point, like, I just wasn't finna stand in that line.
But that used to get on my nerves.
I'm not doing a line.
When Kiss was open. The security used to take people's money on the side to let people in, and then that used to piss me off because we would be there before them, and then they would just walk up like, "Hey man, give me in," talking to the security or whatever. And then the security give me $40. Then they give them $40. Now they paying him $40 plus paying whatever to get in the club, and now they in the club, and we've been standing outside for like an hour.
Yep, but the line still be there. The line still be there every weekend.
And that line used to be long at Kids.
I used to look at it like, y'all, we gotta connect right in the front.
And so, right, but so we'll come back. We'll
going after that.
We'll come back to that part too, because that's a whole nother problem. We'll come back to that in a second.
Stop going there after that. But yeah,
so people there used to be weird enough to say that. But like when I go out of town, people talk to you. I'm gonna be respectful. These men here. They want the world reversed. They want you to buy them drinks. And you talk to them. Like, men will just sit there and stare at you the whole entire night, not bust not one move. And
I blame cell phones.
Really awkward. Like,
I blame cell phones.
What?
I blame cell phones. I blame cell phones, and I blame y'all.
Don't blame me.
I
don't like to talk to people in the club anyway.
No,
not acting stale.
I mean, that's fair. That's absolutely fact. But also, but I blame y'all in the sense that once you set a standard for yourself, whether it's true or not for you, like right now, the commonality of women and men dynamic is that a man has to have money and do things for me and buy things. And so men are going to be put off by that, especially if you receive that as being the truth.
Wait, what?
The common conversation on the internet and the main source of information right now is that if a man want to deal with me, he got to spend, he got to buy, he got to do. I'm not doing nothing if he don't. So why would I, as a man, whether I got money or not, but if I don't have any for sure, why would I even waste my energy? Because my understanding of what I consume all day is that if I want to talk to you, the first thing you're going to do is ask me for something.
Well, that's in your own mind, first of all. Secondly,
that's on the internet every day.
But I'm just saying, like, that's
not on my mind. That's what y'all consuming.
That's on the internet. That's not in person. So do you think that a man should, in a club, right, bar, whatever you want to call it, do you think that it's appropriate for a man to sit there and have a conversation with a woman and within those couple of seconds not ask her what she's drinking?
Yes.
You can't have a conversation with me and not ask me what I'm drinking.
I disagree.
You might as well just go about your way because
I will
here.
Because that's not again, that just proves my point. You want something.
No, but you talking to me.
So what is if I taught you at work, do you want to drink at work?
It's a difference.
No, it's not. You want something. You want something for your time.
Purchase my own, but you talking to me because you're attracted to me and you want my number leaving out of here. How many women have you did this to? You not finna just take up my time for free.
I will say, at my Mother's Day, that was the norm.
Yeah, like that's
that
normal.
should be
that
common
was the
courtesy, but that
norm.
shouldn't be the expect. You have an expectation going into it. So as soon as that man walks up to you, your expectation that he's supposed to buy you something.
It's not my expectation
it's
that he
just the
should buy
norm
me
in my
something.
life.
I don't think it's the act itself. I think it's just the courtesy
Yeah,
of him being a man. Because, like I said,
How does that define what a man is capable
it's
of?
not
For
about his
me,
capability.
For
it's
you,
just the-
but how does that?
Oh,
how does
okay.
that?
Go ahead, go off.
How does that define what a man is? Because he won't offer to buy you a
I feel
drink.
like a man, a pure gentleman, is never been to talk to a woman and not ask, "Are you? If you're hot outside, and are you thirsty? Do you need?" A real gentleman is not going to ignore that. This is your first and last impression that you can get with this woman. So if you up any hopes, you're going to ask, "What you drinking on?" Let me tell you, no, I don't want anything.
I think that's
but
a
still
good. I think that's a
ask.
courtesy. Okay, we'll disagree. We don't have to agree today. That's all right.
Right.
But the men that get it. The men that don't do it just won't do it. And them the men that you will avoid, and the guys that's on that, that's who you'll deal with. No, I don't think
No,
he
he
has to,
don't
but I
have
think it's the
to.
common courtesy.
For me, yeah, I'm not gonna tell him he has to. It's just we know you. Okay, no, you better not ask me. My back is
Guys
gonna
don't
get
buy
turned. You
drinks like
talking
that no
too
more.
much to me in this club, and we're not doing that.
But I will say this: recently, we've had some good experiences,
Some
and
great
I'm gonna tell
experience.
y'all one of the spots that there's some good guys in. Poor man's. The guy paid our way in. He said he asked the guy at the door. We were there 2 seconds. Young guy too. He had to be in his late 20s. He said, "Hey, how much it cost for them to get in?" He's like $10 each. He handed them $20, and dude let us in. And then while we were in, another guy bought us each shots, and another guy bought us another drink. So
value or the excitement of that is rooted in the idea that they paid.
It's not the fact that he paid for it. It was just that he was courteous enough to do so, because I'm not used to people being courteous these days. People aren't hospitable. They're not nice. People are mean and distant, and they want what they have for themselves. A lot of people are selfish. And so it was just nice and refreshing to see, oh, there are still guys out here that are courteous to women. They see 2 women out. They see we took our time. We got ourselves together. We stepped out. They appreciated it. And they said, "Hey, what is it? What can I pay to help her get in?" I didn't ask for the drinks. Matter of fact, I didn't even get vibes that I needed for a drink. I bought my own drink, my own hookah. I already was sitting there with a drink and got offered more drinks by other guys just because he liked my jacket and because they thought we dressed nice and just because we were there, which was cool. But it was the courtesy of it for me. It wasn't the money spending, because I really don't care about that. I won't even talk to a guy who thinks his money
don't be too much of that.
Is his biggest flex.
Yeah.
I'd rather talk to a guy that his qualities, attributes, his values and things.
But if he doesn't buy you a drink, you're not going to find that out.
He don't know that. We know that.
It's just
we know that. We know that. It's just certain standards.
I'm just saying, like, in my Mother's Day, that was the norm.
Right. Like,
and it's nice to go back to some of the original courteous things that people do. But I don't want to get too far away because we gotta okay.
But
like what you said, your mother, right? My mother, even though my mother didn't raise me, my mother's husband used to bring her his whole check and she dispersed it out.
Because she probably ran the house.
It doesn't matter. It's what I'm used to seeing. All I'm saying is,
if your mama was at the house all day as a job, she deserved to get that check. If your mama was running the house and taking care of the kids and doing the things, I would bring my check home to my wife too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, I have standards.
But if we out here working and doing all the things together, then we gonna do it different. But if my wife is at home and she's taking care of the bills and all the things, then absolutely she gets the check.
I know that's right. Tom, can you pull the comments up? I would love to see what people are saying.
But
can you go up?
I had a man take care of me.
Yes, I don't want to miss them this time. Hey, Crystal. Thank you. She said, congrats on placing your products in the mail. Thank you so much. I'm excited for this new journey and opportunity. What Tashima got?
Yep, you're right.
Yep, you're right. I'm
here for it. What you talking about, Tashima? You agreeing with us, right? They're
They used to body shame by letting certain people in or charge a crazy door fee. That's true. That's insane. Yep, Duke's was like that, and Portman's was like that. Okay. I think the art of true bartending, mixology, and amazing customer service has been diluted and lost. Yes, Crystal. It has. Hey, let's chime in on that.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
let's
say,
tap in on that.
I was gonna bring up what you were saying.
That's
Yeah.
right, Tashima.
We gonna come back to that last one.
He said, "Save it. We gonna come back." I don't think the art's been lost. I think that we choose to spend our time in places that don't offer. Like, I go to places all the time that have great customer service and great mixologists, but we have a habit of blaming a lost art on the places we choose to hang out at. Like, if you choose to go to the hood bar every weekend, don't complain that the service not good. Like, you have to go where, same thing with dating, right? Like, kind of come back to that conversation. Not exactly. You're not going to meet your spouse in places that you don't really align with. Like, if you normally go to Blue at the Fitster, but you work all day at the county jail, you probably not going to meet your boyfriend at the county jail.
For real, not.
You have to be in places that dictate the outcomes that you want.
That's true.
And so I think poor customer service is very much aligned to where we choose to spend our money and where we're comfortable at, which there's no problem with it. But let's call a spade a spade. Like, you probably not gonna get the best customer service in certain places.
But let's talk about the places where they got good customer service on certain days. And then when you go another night, the service sucks. Yeah, because we did that before. It's a place. I don't want to drop names. Grab the mic, Tom.
No name dropping, Tom.
No, you said
No
you
name
wasn't chiming
dropping.
in.
No
You
name
said you wasn't
dropping.
gonna chime in today.
Grab the mic.
Look, I ain't gonna say the name of the place, but they have a bomb ass poetry night on Tuesdays.
They do.
Oh my
But
God.
they have some niggerish shit on Friday. So you can go ahead and figure the rest of that out.
Y'all can figure it out.
All I gotta say is Black would never. Never have that problem at Black on a Friday. I don't care what
I don't
nobody
care.
says.
Just throwing that out there.
Just throwing that out there. Black would never.
Black would never. When I tell you that was the weirdest shit to me.
That was our
Yeah, shout out to Black Bites Bar. Is Bianca still there? Shout out to Bianca. I hope she sees it. Shout out to her.
Brownstone, too.
She
Brownstone
cooks,
got some good
she
customer
cooks there.
We love you, Brownstone.
Brownstone is by far, like, I've never really had a residency, but like Brownstone's entire demeanor it's evolved over time. But where
I
it's
love
at
it.
now,
Yeah.
it's absolutely probably one of the premier like spots to go.
That's our
get some
spot.
food,
Shout out to Brownstone.
Shout out to
Jonna.
Yep.
Jana, yep.
But no, Brownstone is definitely one of the spots where it's like, it's just, she noticed, so she ain't gonna mention.
Yeah.
Like, we need like a Brownstone too.
I was actually thinking that.
But I
The
think
last
it's
time I
thing,
was
like,
there.
it's the city. What city? It's Brownstone City Social, and then the upscale.
Link.
So ain't that?
And then
fine?
Tropic Milwaukee next door to that.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. I call it Black Wall Street.
They're aligned, but they're not. They're all their own. separate
Their own things. Yeah.
But they all like, which I think is really dope. They all
It's intertwined.
They're trying to build
That's what I love.
collective effort.
Which I love. I've never seen anything like what they're doing.
I want to talk about that.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Go back.
About that.
Okay.
But we lost to go 3 miles back.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
720 story, because we were going somewhere with the whole situation.
Yeah. Let's go with it. Let's go with it.
aligns with where we're going.
Yeah.
And so, I came back in security guard. That's where we ended up at before we went into the dating world and nightlife and all that. Went there, came back, and the security guard was there, and I was like, I'm gonna pay dude to get in because I'm not gonna stand in this line. And so I went to talk to dude, and I was like, yo, like, me and my guy was here early. We had to leave. Like, what's it gonna take for us to get in?
Mm.
And he was like, who all with you? I was like, damn. I was like, it's just me and bro. He was like, who is your bro? I was like, he down there. The security guard tucks his head out the line. I said, oh, it's over. It's just dudes. He ain't going. He said, man, y'all have a good night. I said, what I owe you? He said, you good? I said, oh, they must be whacking at the door. I was like, he ain't charge me no money. I'm finna get up here and pay.
Like 50, 60.
Man, I'm like, what? I get upstairs. How much to cover? $5.
What?
I said, oh, they got my business forever.
solely off of that interaction. Like you not charging, but the expectation was based on the culture that I have been living in for the last 4 years. That was,
and I think it was ethical.
That's how it should be.
Yeah, instead of them trying to take money under the table, like I feel like that's kind of bogus to the owners for you to be.
And the owners know. Don't get it twisted. The owners know.
Do they though?
And so I can speak from at least in my experience in 618. They knew because they would bust it down. Like if he took in 100, they got 50. They got 50.
Okay, well
I don't know if every spot is like that, but 618 definitely knew what was going on and would get bust down.
Well,
on the back end at the
about
end of
that
the
one, but Kiss, I don't know if they knew.
I'm sure Youngin and them knew. I would be highly pressed to know if they didn't know.
Bread. And Onyx.
What about they used to permanently make you stand in line?
The fucking hold the line and make it seem like it's busy shit.
Yeah, and then you get in there, ain't
nobody in there, and they charging you a dub. But here's the thing. And this is why I used to snap all the time and people would tell me I was out of pocket. I always wanted a better experience for us as it pertained to nightlife.
Yeah.
And I literally for 4 years was the bar manager at 618, on top of the fact that I was DJing in all these spaces. So I seen all this shit.
Mm-hmm.
And every single time that I would try and do something or communicate that or be like, yo, why are y'all doing this? I would be labeled as the bad guy.
Mm.
And so like I got documented, but like I turned 618 into a casino one night. Like I was doing all kind of super cool shit and nobody would really come out. But when they was charging $100 to get upstairs to see nobody, and the theme of the party was the black party, but it only really was a black party if you wore black. There was no like that was acceptable to pay $200 to get into, but you weren't getting anything for your money.
They was doing it.
It was rooted in popularity and it was rooted in what everybody else was doing, and it's still like that.
A lot of men in their club versus women. It was a lot of men in the club.
Yeah, because it was the I'm a drug dealer. Let me show off what the fuck I got shit.
Yeah,
nigga, I'll pay $600 to get in this motherfucker right now. Like they was just doing that shit to put on a show. It was theatrics. Oh, it's how much you get upstairs? I don't give no fuck. I'll take everybody. It was the theatrics of it. It was the ability to go out and have that moment where you can act like you the guy.
Oh, and then I noticed too, like even like that, there are more theatrics. Bottle girls, they coming in there with the flares.
Yeah,
I was the first person in Cedar to do that, but
and that's something newer over the last
cut your head like that.
I don't
used to exist.
Listen, we're not gonna go here, but I don't get a lot of credit for a lot. I was the first person. I'm Soldier Boy right now. I was the first person to do a lot of shit in the city that just didn't really get recognized. I'm not tripping on it, but I just want people who think that they actually are creating shit that I got documents that'll show you that. But I mean the bottle girl shit is cool, but we also undercharge on that shit too. But it's dictated by what we have. Like nigga, I just brought a bottle, bro. That bottle is $100. If you go to Vegas, that bottle is $1,400. Relax.
Right.
Like we be getting way too strong in a little bit of money we be spending in this cheap set. Like it don't like the bottle $400. Oh, we just cashed out. Bro, that is an $8,000 bottle in Miami. Like,
that's insane.
You not like Milwaukee money and other money is not the same.
It's not equivalent.
It don't equate at all.
It doesn't.
And so, like, I just be like, yo, just have a good time, bro.
Mm-hmm. Well,
like,
basically,
enjoy yourself.
Just know where you can afford to be.
Like, but I mean, like, I would argue, like, probably there's no club in the city that probably charges over maybe $1,000 for a section with multiple people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, we went to Vegas one time, met this guy. Well, he's like, man, I'm gonna go buy a bottle from the bar and just bring it back over here. Dude came back with a bottle of Jack. I was like, oh shit, okay, cool. I was like, how much you pay for that? $800
for a bottle of Jack
over the bar. No section.
Wow.
No nothing.
I'm a pregame.
So understand.
I'm gonna buy 2 drinks at the bar and I'm a hookah the rest of the night.
Understand the game that we are playing around here.
I don't need that much.
Like a bottle of Jack costs $28.
That's insane.
Like, but again, so like that's why I'm like, yo, when you like out in Milwaukee, like mind your business, because you not really spending no money. Like you not spending no money. Like I respect your money.
No, and I think the reason why people feel away though is because when you go to Vegas, it's a vacation. In Milwaukee, you fucking live here. So it's like I fucking live here, bro. Like, come on, you charging me like I'm here on a vacay, my guy. I mean, like, no, we from here. I was born at St. Joseph Hospital. I'm
a St. Joe's baby too. What's up?
Right, for sure. So it's like you charging me what? But so, hey,
but that's, and I keep hating to go back to this, but that's our understand that there are two Milwaukees.
It is
like when I have conversations with people, some people are like, yo, Milwaukee's the greatest thing I've ever seen. It's comfortable and camaraderie, and it's this and it's that. And on the other side, it's like, man, Milwaukee ain't shit. But understand that Milwaukee has two very different experiences.
It does.
And even in a very clear way of explaining it, there's the Water Street that we know, and then there's Brady Street. Brady Street is significantly different than in the Water Street in the middle is significantly different than, but that explains kind of like how Milwaukee, like the people who go to Brady every weekend have an entirely different perspective on Milwaukee than the people who go to Mr. B's or Kiss. Like they're two totally different, you know what I'm saying? And so it's hard to bridge or marry those two things where you're trying to create, okay, we can come back to what I'm kind of working on now, but when you're trying to create a cohesive like outcome, right? Like that everybody has the same universal experience. And you can't get to a point where everybody like people won't go to Brownstone because they think it's the black town. People won't go to I can't think of the name, but the bar Nomad. Like people probably won't go to Nomad because that's like the white.
Where is Nomad? I never heard of Nomad.
Before.
On the corner across the Walgreens.
Mike is going out.
Who might?
1 second, guys.
I didn't even do nothing.
Oh, there he back.
I was just
okay. Y'all
God
can hear
don't
us
want
now.
me to be great. This is the second podcast I done did where my mic don't went out. Like God do not want me to tell y'all these truths. It's happened twice now.
You better stop.
Like
These blackball.
So I think what they missed that you said.
So I was just saying the collective experience and the shared experience, and the difference is when I talk to a certain group of people, especially people who are just coming to visit Milwaukee, they love Milwaukee. Yo, like we had a great time. We went to these breweries. We did this thing.
Yeah.
If you live in Milwaukee, there's two different Milwaukee. And so you have Brady Street, Milwaukee, and you have like what we've dubbed now Blackwater Street, Milwaukee. And not that that's a bad thing, but the perception is, oh, Blackwater Street, that's for black folks. So we not gonna venture out over there.
But we be seeing plenty of people in there.
But and this is my own personal, but it's that somebody, they know somebody, or they gotten comfortable, or they're not just wandering in there unless they're visiting. Like, because there's the hotels right there. But if there's somebody outside of that, either they know Jonna, they know the bartender, they know me, but like they're not just going out and being like, yo, let's go check out this bar.
Well, I will
Remember
say
we was together. I think I was with you when we left out of there, and the Caucasian guy was like, "Is it okay if I go?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Are you sure?" Because I'm like, "Yes, they are."
It ain't no sign on the door that say no whites allowed.
It's the Milwaukee syndrome, though, right?
That's crazy.
It's Milwaukee, like, so, and we already know this. Milwaukee's very segregated, right? Like, the South Side is Hispanics, the black folks is on the North Side. This is just the reality of where we're at.
Yeah.
But Milwaukee's nightlife operates along those exact same lines.
I can see that.
Like the Hispanic folks hang out on the South Side in they bars.
That's true.
They got Bodega be cracking, but for the most part, there's no downtown clubs that really cater to the Hispanic audience.
Well, I ain't gonna lie. I went into a bar once, and that's all they played was Hispanic music the whole night, and I just wasn't feeling that.
And
I wasn't feeling that.
But I mean, you're not. You know what I'm saying? If you don't go to bachata and salsa and do the thing,
yeah.
But
that's why.
But it
is the way
shouldn't
it
just
is.
be that their bars are on the South Side.
But that's because that's where they choose to be.
But there's nothing giving them the option to come off of that.
Why not?
Because that's what I'm saying. Like we create those divides because we're like, oh well, if all the Hispanic people on the South Side, we're gonna put all the Hispanic clubs on the South Side. But Bodega has proven if you put a Hispanic club downtown, they're gonna come because it be cracking every Saturday and Friday.
They're gonna come through.
We put things in place which automatically create that situation. I would be hard pressed to find a bar right now that you can go to that plays hip hop. When I mean hip hop, I mean like Bootsy, Webby, Future, but also plays bachata, merengue, also plays pop. Like there are very few places that do that well.
That.
It's one in Menominee Falls. I don't forgot what it's called, but it's in the plaza, and they do play all sorts of music. It's weird because it's like you go from this to that to that.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Okay, I don't know the bar, but I know the plaza you're talking about.
Okay, yeah.
But that's how you get people into, like, and so I always use that example, and at some point we'll have a conversation about what I'm doing now. But when I first went to Miami and I had first went to DC, we had went out. At this point I'm like 20, like I'm fresh 21, like maybe not even. And I go out after being in Milwaukee nightlife at 18, like DJing, and I walk into the bar and it's black, white, Hispanic, Indian, Asians. They kicking it, buying each other drinks, laughing, talking. They song come on, they go dance. They song ain't on, they go back to socializing. We as Milwaukee in nightlife as a whole have way too many qualifiers for where the fuck we go out at.
Qualifiers like,
where's it at? Who's DJing? Who's the promoter? Who's the, like, when I went out, folks were just going out because it was either that was the place to be or like that's just where they went. But like Milwaukee asks so many qualifying questions before they make a decision on where, how much is it? What's it gonna be? Like,
that's true.
We qualify our nightlife with so many questions. And so when you're talking about trying to diversify a space, the music is absolutely not the driving force, but it makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
I don't need to hear my shit all night, but I want to hear my shit throughout the night.
Right.
Like I can deal with hearing some country and some rock and hell, depending on the song. I might even know the motherfucker.
But see, I also feel like for me personally, it depends on how I'm feeling. Sometimes I do want to go somewhere where it's like mainstream hip hop. I don't want to hear all that other stuff. I want to come. I want to be ratchet. I want to turn up.
And so there should absolutely be spaces where those things are like that's the culture of that space. That's the culture. Right?
That's why I go there. But then I might want to go and hear some Pink and some Maroon 5 and rock out. Right. And rock out. Like, but you know, that might be what I want to do that day. And so I don't mind going over there to check that out because that's how I'm feeling that day. So are you just saying with the qualifiers, are you saying that this is a bad thing? What are you saying? Is the mic good? Okay. He ain't doing nothing.
I ain't moved. I'm like a stud.
Beep beep. Yeah. Technical difficulties, y'all.
I think it depends on like the group of friends too. So
yeah,
like,
your
some
group of friends
don't like to step outside they box.
No, 1,000%.
Yeah.
And you always got to end up at those certain type of places.
I agree. But I also feel like once I get comfortable going somewhere, I'm gonna keep going. So like I didn't used to go to Brownstone as often as I go now. And it's because in my beginning experiences of trying to go there, they used to always be so packed and busy that I didn't understand what time I needed to be there. I didn't understand, you know, what days was cracking and which ones weren't. I didn't understand. So I just avoided it completely for a little while until I met Savannah.
Oh, thank you.
And then Savannah was like, let's check out Brownstone. And we checked it out. Again, I had checked it out before, but I had only been there maybe two, 3 times because I knew it was one of those cracking spots. And I'm just somebody like, I know if I go somewhere and I have to find parking and then I got to stand in line, or if I get to the door and they say we over capacity so you can't get in, I'm going to be mad. And I did not want to go to Ladybug. At the time, that's what it was, Ladybug. So I avoided going there for a little while and found somewhere else to go. But now I know what days to go. I know it's cracking on Wednesdays. It's probably cracking right now. I know, I know what days is slow. So I know like when I don't want to be around a lot of people, I know that I can go there and it's going to be a vibe. And the bartenders are always awesome. Shout out to the bartenders that are there. And I just know it's going to be a vibe no matter how I'm feeling, whether I want to turn up or I want to turn down. Brownstone, it definitely do that. And y'all they ain't paying me for no advertising or nothing like that. This is my genuine experience. But like, yeah, I think the crew is dope there, and the vibe is the vibe can be what you want it to be as long as you know when to go. So I think that's another disconnect within is people don't know enough about these places. Because it's not really advertised. It's not like you could turn on the radio and you're going to hear Wednesday nights come to Brownstone. DJ L Boogie's going to be there. Like, you don't hear that. You don't know. No. Like, you don't hear that. So now you do. You just, now it's word of mouth. Or you got to be following somebody who's in that group or who's, sharing that type of stuff. Or, you have to be associated with somebody who goes there in order to understand the culture of these spaces. So I think that's another thing is some of the pros and cons is How can we get the word out more? There are some places too that have websites or social media pages and they're not current. No. They ain't touched those pages since 2018. So I remember, where did we go? We went somewhere and it was supposed to be R&B night. And when I got there, it was not R&B night. It was ratchet, turn your cheeks up night. And they played nothing but ratchet music. And I wasn't in the mood for that. So I was disappointed because I just kept saying for weeks, like, it was not R&B night, y'all. It was not R&B night.
I am dead.
So I felt the way.
But all of that has to do with the experience, right?
Yeah.
Like not being funny, right? But if I look at your webpage and it says it's R&B night, and then I come here and it's that, I'm not coming back.
Right, that made me mad. I haven't been back since, though.
Like, I feel some kind of like,
yeah.
Like,
I got bamboozled.
Oh, there we go.
I am dead.
There we go.
And you gonna blame me for breaking it. Listen, bro, my whole life is nothing but a series of tragic events, so I'm used to it. If something can go wrong, it will go wrong when I show up. So don't even worry about it. But Newton's law, Newton's theory, something like that. I think the first one is the apple hitcher.
Am I the only person that's hot?
Yeah, because I ain't started raw dogging this wine bottle yet. I'm about to start right now.
Yeah, I'm not.
I ain't been doing nothing.
I've been drinking. But now that I got my mic back.
Yes, please.
Nah, but to the I looked on social media point and didn't get what was there. And this is gonna sound so mean, but I mean it with all of my heart, even though it sounds mean. We create businesses for Black folks and we just treat it like it's a hustle all the time. We don't take it into consideration anything other than the dollar. Like 9 times out of 10, we open stuff up and we're like, yo, like come support me. But fam, your security is terrible. Your bartenders are terrible. The drinks are watered down. They're overpriced. Well, y'all supposed to support Black business. Why? Just because we Black don't mean that we supposed to support you. And better yet, and this is a different pet peeve, but same thing. You want me to support you because you're Black, but all the vendors you buy from are not.
Oh,
Jesus.
So why am I in a rush to come spend my money with you if you don't go out of your way to make sure that your liquor distributor and your security staff and your like whatever the case may be, you're not spending your money in the community, but you want me to come support you because you're in the community.
Right.
We get way too comfortable allowing the hustler mentality to be an acceptable mentality. There are very few people who I would argue have gone from a hustler mentality to an entrepreneur mentality. A hustler is going to be a hustler and an entrepreneur is going to be an entrepreneur. And there are most of Milwaukee's bars, especially the ones that pertain to the core audience that we're familiar with, are hustlers. Oh, it's gonna be quick, easy money, or I'm money laundering, or whatever number of things that you want to call it. But very few people open up a bar and say, hey, I want to make sure that I'm creating a good, safe experience for people to have. Which is why you're like, yo, Brownstone is dope, because Brownstone, from the time you walk in, typically with the security to Lewis bartending or who, like everybody is friendly.
I like how they remember you and
they remember you.
Yeah, I like how
they're apologetic if they can't accommodate you.
Yeah,
they're not like, oh, we at capacity, bro, get the fuck out of here. They like, hey man, if you can just wait a minute, or we apologize, or we're gonna try to. But they're mindful, they're cognizant of the people that come in.
We wanted a specific.
You don't feel like $1
at the bar once, and we were sit over in the corner and we didn't like it, and we asked the bartender, hey, when something comes open at the bar, please let us know. And she said, okay, I'll be watching for you. And she did.
And did
she came back and got us.
That's
and made sure we got us.
And that's how you come back.
That's how
that's why we will keep
coming
back.
Exactly.
Let me clap for them right quick.
Company good. Security good.
Because I would on the opposite side of that, when I look at other establishments, there are people who have been habitual business owners or club owners. And they're like, man, I'm good at this. I know what I'm doing. If you're good at it, why have you on your 19th bar in 18 years?
Ooh.
If you're good at it, wouldn't you have one bar for 19 years?
Yeah.
So stop trying to tell me that you know what you're doing when you're on your 18th bar.
Right.
Because if you were great at it, if you knew what you were doing, or if you were at least playing the
Say
game,
Say the name. No,
I'm not gonna do it because I like some of the people that, but there are a couple people who habitually have opened up clubs since I was probably 18.
Wow.
And every couple years that one closed, and then 2 or 3 years go by and they'll pop up with another one.
Why did some of the coolest clubs go away? I just want to know. Do you
Greed.
know? Jeans.
Jeans,
Man,
I think.
that was my spot.
First of all,
That
Jeans
was-
Lanes had the
that
best
was
chicken
my
wings
spot.
I miss
ever.
Jeans.
No matter
I miss
where
Jeans.
Like,
I was ending up there.
That
That
grocery
was
store
my
should
spot.
sold them wings. Them wings was fire.
Man,
Wings was good
Um,
ever.
it was a little place, but that place was.
I think
love-
jeans.
love.
I think jeans just aged out. I think I think jeans
I don't
just
feel
got.
like it could have. I don't feel like it ran its
That's 'cause we
course.
younger.
Come back, Jeans.
But
Come
That
back.
was-
here's when you have a spot like that, it's two things that is hard to replicate.
Yeah.
When you open the spot and you create the thing, the vibe, the energy, whatever,
Mhm.
the smallest tweak in that can change it. Hey, we got a new bar manager. Ooh, this don't feel the same. Hey, we got a new bartender. Ooh, this don't feel the same.
Yeah.
Part of Gene's lore was that it was Gene and what Gene had done, and when you went in there, it was still it hadn't changed, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
it was the
and
same feel.
It was the same feel. And so if he was if whomever, but Gene in this case, if it was yo, I don't want to do this anymore, and I get a new owner, that new owner probably wasn't gonna come. Oh, we got to bring it up to date. We gotta modernize and put some TVs on the wall and take these mirrors down and redo the DJ booth. And so it's still Jeans by name, but it's not Jeans by atmosphere.
Mhm.
And so I think that it just my argument has always been, I'm not going to no bar my mom used to say she was going to. That was always my I'm not going to Court MVP. I'm not going to Jeans. I'm not going to
Court
Diamonds.
MVP,
I'm not going anywhere my mama said the comfort zone. If my mama was talking about, I'm finna go out. If I was 7 and my mama said that, I'm not going there as a 22-year-old. I wasn't doing it. But the reason those places have stood the test of time is because of what it creates as a community.
Exactly.
I've watched so many people, for better or for worse, make friends or make associates or acquaintances because y'all are out in the space. And over time, I keep seeing you. We're gonna have a conversation, and then whatever, what have you.
Right.
And so, I think in the particular case of Jeans, I think it just had ran its natural course.
I really enjoyed going to Jeans.
Yeah.
I really miss Jeans. I miss Mr. J's. I loved how they had the old school on one side.
I didn't miss Mr. J.
And
Anybody that was
the
going there was getting their
hip-hop.
cars busted out.
I didn't miss that.
All types of
But
stuff.
Hold on,
missed the
ship dropping
inside.
knowledge. She said the person who was cooking the wings at Jeans is still cooking somewhere. I need to know. Don't say
Where?
somewhere.
Let us know.
I need to know where. 'Cause
Where?
bro,
the
them
chicken
wings was serious
They
business.
was serious. I used to eat them every
Serious
day.
business. Do you hear me?
Yes.
No, that's Elsa's, remember? Oh, that's the same person?
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
Because them wings was good.
Man, listen.
What spot is that again?
Wall Street. Stock
Wall
Bar,
Street.
right?
Oh, Wall
Wall
Street.
Street.
Okay,
Stock Bar,
yeah.
y'all. Check that out.
I
Their wings was
didn't know they had a
fire,
kitchen.
too.
They got a kitchen.
Yeah.
I didn't know they had a
They
kitchen.
sell greens.
Oh, I had no
Yeah.
idea. I've been there twice and had no idea they had a kitchen either time. Had no idea. Oh yeah, I seen it upstairs. Yeah. I've been in there since, but I didn't know they had a kitchen. But no, they okay, bet. I just missed 50-cent wing night. That used to be a time, boy. Chicken flu and swine flu or whatever the hell going on. And
Do me a favor,
$12
zoom in on them
eggs.
Comments. There's a lot of them. I know, but I'm used to keeping up. I'm used
But-
to keep going. Okay, let's go to. Hey,
Hey.
hey, Wanky!
Winky, wink, wink.
I gotta pop in Black Bites Bar. Let's
What's out
go.
of
Let's go.
it?
Shout out to y'all. I
Welcome.
salute y'all. Y'all service is excellent.
Food is good.
Food is
hookahs
dope.
is
Bartenders
good.
are courteous.
said the hookah good.
And it's always a time.
Hey, look, making a hookah
Shout
is a
out to
skill for
y'all.
sure. Let's not underestimate a good hookah maker though.
Let's never underestimate
Yes.
it. I love it. I love it. Go up to what Prince say. What did Prince say right there?
Yeah,
That
depends on
second.
how I'm feeling about it.
Oh, he got a paragraph.
Yeah, let's go back to
Paragraph.
Prince. Yo. Hey, thank you. I hope you can make it March 1st. The sweater guy. The owners definitely know.
Yeah,
Okay.
We got that sweater guy. Instead of saying sweater guy, we say sweater guy. To be honest, the vibe really messed up the club scene.
Okay. Okay.
They don't tell the truth about the bottle girl joint.
Yeah.
I don't think about the club anymore. It's really more about the vibe these days.
Absolutely.
And then you make a long ass paragraph.
Fam really telling the truth about the different Milwaukee. You have the Brady Street vibe. You have the north side of Water Street vibe. The south side of Water Street vibe. Then you got downtown MLK Street vibe. The East North Avenue vibe.
Facts.
Which are all totally different feels. Milwaukee Street is the most bougie vibe. Hey, and then you got Brown Deer having their own little thing popping.
Oh, Brown Deer, like give Brown Deer like 7 more years, like it's gonna be the new North Side. Just
Yeah, Brown Deer making some
You're gonna get arrested a lot. But,
yeah, like it's gonna be the new
They
hood.
arrested a lot.
Brown
Yeah,
Deer
it's gonna be the new
has
hood.
the Cream City, and
Yeah.
Mr. B's is out there. Shout out to D Tuck.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, and another place I really enjoy.
I used to love Truth. I haven't been there in a while.
Truth.
Truth is good too.
I've been there twice.
I used to go there a lot.
One day I went, it was very packed, and the next time I went, it was very dead. So I really didn't know the vibe in there. So I mean, I haven't been back, but I've heard.
so I will
is
say
nice.
shout out to Macho. Macho is my
So-
dog. He cool as hell, but I haven't had a good experience.
Okay,
Really?
okay.
A lot of people say that though.
I've been there twice, and both times security did some goofiness, and I was like, I'm cool on it.
Okay.
But I mean, the people who go again, every spot ain't for everybody. That ain't.
That's
fun.
true. That's true.
Happy days is fun.
I don't know.
Y'all remember Have a Nice Day Cafe?
I do.
Man, the fish bowls used to be
Do
cracking.
y'all remember the birthday party wave? It was
Yes,
like,
the-
oh,
the
it's
birthday
your
honor
birthday,
shit.
You get to get put on the flyer. I remember when it first started.
They still doing that.
They still
They
doing
still-
it.
It ain't got
I'm
the
saying,
same.
do you
It ain't got the
remember?
same.
It's not the same
Nah.
thing. But do you remember when they first started doing it though?
Yeah.
It was like, oh, I think that was another way to get people in the door. Then they tell you, oh, you got a free party.
But
But then all your people couldn't get in.
here's the
Oh, just tell them at the door you with me. People get there. I couldn't get in. They wouldn't let me in. I told them I was with you and
so
couldn't get in the door.
Oh, that's
so
bogus.
here's the
That's because they be putting time frames on them.
they put but this is what they would do, and this is I mean it's not smart, but it works, and it worked. I don't know if it still works. They were doing that because they weren't really promoting. You were promoting.
Right.
Yeah, like it wasn't like they didn't give a shit about your birthday. They didn't give a shit about your friends.
They didn't. 'Cause you
Like if
didn't
we
trust
booked
them.
20 birthday parties, you doing our job for us, but we look like we did it. Like so if I got 20 birthdays and y'all all bring 10 people, we got 200 people in the club, and I ain't did shit but book some birthday parties.
Right. They could at least give you a cheap bottle of wine.
Like and so
Your head gonna be hurt. Take that back.
I like barefoot.
Okay, so yeah. Okay, that's
I like
good. Yeah.
Gallo. I
Okay.
fuck with some Andre.
Okay, okay.
Uh,
I'm like, wait a minute.
you know, what's
'Cause
the
it's
other?
someone I had
what's
is
that
not
other-
working.
nah, all liquor.
Kind of
ain't
like
the
Bel Air, that champagne.
I
same.
can't
Kinda
do
like
that.
Bel Air.
It's kind of like Bel Air. It's a different champagne though. Dang, I can't think of
What the
name.
bottle look like?
It's clear. They got like rose flavor. Dang, I can't think of it.
Moscato,
No, it's a brand. I can't think of it right now.
Oh no, you talking about
Costado Pagio.
No.
it's a clear bottle you said?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
a
I don't
clear
know.
bottle. It's usually wrapped in gold at the top.
Rosada.
Girl.
I don't know. But anywho,
We'll figure
But
it
it's
out.
like
But-
Bel Air.
but yeah, but to the point of the birthday thing, like yo, if I'm gonna have my birthday party with you, treat me with some kind of extra flair.
Yeah.
You know, like we brought you here go a cake or here go a balloon or
something.
like if
A
I'm gonna have
drink
my
on
if
the
I'm gonna
house.
agree to have my birthday party with you, at least acknowledge me beyond the
Yeah,
DJ, be like, shout out to
It's her
Kenda, it's her
birthday.
birthday. Shout out, like give
Don't
me
get no free drink or nothing.
nah,
You
like
do get a
something.
free well, I got a free bottle.
I mean, depending on where you go, they definitely give you a $7 bottle of champagne.
Ain't nobody gave me no free
But
bottle.
they ain't give you no, they ain't give you no free bottle of, they ain't give you no free bottle of
Okay.
fucking Hennessy.
They stopped doing
don't
it
drink
though.
Hennessy.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying, whatever, whatever the fuck you drink, they not giving it to you unless if it costs more than $10. They not doing it. Like, but I mean, that's all part of the game. Same, like
Yeah.
that's part of what it is. But all of that, in small part, doesn't seem like a big deal. But when you look at it in its totality, that's the problem, right? Like, oh, like all right, like I know you doing this or y'all doing that, and then y'all do this, and that's cool. But when you take all of those different pieces together and say, yo, like this is what black like nightlife looks like, or this is what nightlife looks like, it's a problem.
Mm.
It's a million cracks in it, but we're looking at it from each individual piece instead of looking at the whole picture.
Mhm.
We getting overcharged. You not treat me with respect, like, or my favorite is I came in your club last night and spent 10 grand, and I come tonight and you treat me like shit. I was a hero last night, but I'm a problem today. Like, don't pick and choose when you fuck with me.
Yeah.
Respect me because I've supported your business multiple times, regardless of how much money I spend.
Yeah,
That is true.
I
People
agree.
don't understand the power that we have as a whole. That's
Nope.
with anything though. We have the power because they business thrive off of our
Yep.
money.
Exactly.
And once individuals understand the power that they have, then the movement will be different. But I don't think it's gonna change.
it'll change, but this is what I'm working on now. But we have to make a conscious choice at some point as a community to support somebody. We have to say, hey, he's the guy or she's the girl.
Right.
Hey, he's throwing a party, we all gonna pull up and go hang out with dude, or she doing the party and we all gonna hang out with her.
They used to do that. I know Kiss owner, what's the one across from Kiss? A lot of club owners used to have meetings, and they used to rotate their days. I don't know if they do that anymore, but they did.
Prime Social.
Used to have Prime Social. They used to have meetings and used to rotate their days on who was getting the crowd on which days.
But not I don't mean in that sense. I mean in the sense of the general public.
Oh, okay.
But I will say this has always been a problem. We're getting better. There definitely is more of a collective effort for businesses working together now. But I think they finally figured out, like, yo, we can't do this alone. But like the Black Water Street shit is super dope to me.
Yeah.
Like y'all all came together and was like, yo, like let's all figure out how we can work together to do this thing. Cool. Now, like I pay $20 and I can pop into all these bars. I can do all these things.
Is each of them got something different happening. Like Link, you got to be dressed up.
I love that.
And City Social, you can come in your jeans and your sneaks and be cool.
Brownstone in the middle.
Brownstone is like right in the middle. Right. You just gonna come looking nice, and they not too picky on what you got on.
Tropic soon to be the North Shore.
Yeah, Tropic was nice.
When we
went.
But she got on Bar Rescue, right? So like they redid the club. So as soon as she once the show airs, she can start promoting it as the new spot. Yeah. And that's gonna be a whole vibe because then it's that.
Yeah.
You know.
I was wondering because on the outside it says a different name.
Yeah. So she went on Bar Rescue and they redid it and gave it a new name. But contractually, she can't promote it until the show airs. So once the show airs, she can flip it.
How do we watch this?
She posted when the air date was. I don't remember when it was, but it's coming up. But up until the air, she has to continue to operate as Tropic. But once
I feel like the clubs too should be more in the community, like because everybody have a business. A lot of people have business. I feel like they should come in the community to support. Due to the fact that we spend a lot of money in the establishment, I feel like they should be more.
So I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna plug myself for a second. So one of my biggest problems when I was working at 618, but as I DJ throughout the city, is most of the clubs that cater to a Black audience are not owned by Black people. Two, we spend, for better or for worse, we spend a lot of goddamn money at bars because we either following trends or we drinking or doing whatever. Like we save bars from failure. Like I said earlier, like a white bar would get ready to close and they would bring the Black dollar in because they knew it was money in it. But then when somebody has an issue or the community needs a slide or the community needs some new books or the football team needs new jerseys, y'all not nowhere to be fucking found. But your kids is going to private school and your kids is doing all this and you living in the falls, right?
That's a good point.
And to take it a level lower, even on the side of a promoter, that pissed me off. Like you'd have these promoters throwing parties at any given club and they're making decent money bringing all these people in, or at least that's what they portray it to be. But when your kids selling the candy bar, they're not the first ones to be like, I got you, sis. But I come to your fucking Friday night every goddamn week. That's a problem for me. And it's always been a problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so
so how can we come together collectively to party?
So that's what I was going to say, right? Like, so one of the things we do and what I've launched is we host events and experiences, but we take 50% of the profit from every event and we put it into a savings account to serve a community specifically with, right? So we make $1,000, we're gonna take 500 and put it into an account. And then when them kids need some pizzas or they need a jersey or they selling some ice cream bars, hey, call us and we got you. But if you support us, we want to support the community that supports us.
Yeah.
And do that very intentionally. And that way, if I'm charging you $40 for something, $40, well, 20 of it is going to go to. So now it's not like you feel, I mean, I'm not going to overcharge you either way, but now it's less of a barrier.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
Also, we have a money back guarantee on our events. You come and you hate it, we'll just give you your money back. Why do we keep holding people back because of money? Oh, shit, you enjoy it. Oh, well, that's your problem. I'm keeping your money. I'd rather give you your money back and you come hang out with us again. Come find the audience. Come find the crowd that you want to be with. Like, you shouldn't be worried about trying to do stuff or experience stuff because of the dollar. Right?
Okay.
So, hey, I paid $20. Like, it was cool, but it really wasn't my vibe. I'm going to get out of here early or I just wasn't feeling it.
Yeah.
Hey, here go the $20 back. We're doing this next week. Like, come horseback riding with us or come canoeing with us or come do the thing. But why would I lose you over $20?
Right.
Like, the point of what we're trying to do is build a community, and you have to find your community. You don't just walk into it, you know. And so,
well, I think a lot of business owners too are okay with the mentality of, well, shoot, I lose one, I get one.
Or they support
Like,
their own, they keep it
yeah.
in their circle.
Like, I think some people think that, I don't know. I feel like people seem like they're more comfortable these days with losing people because they don't feel like they really lost anybody.
But the expense of losing somebody is what replaces it. If you have a like losing a customer who spends $200 to gain a customer who spends 20,
Exactly.
that doesn't make any
I don't
sense.
think they actually analyze it that far. It's just like, oh, I lost somebody today, I'll gain somebody tomorrow mentality.
You know,
That's why you see a lot
That's
more
crazy.
business owners on social media venting
mhm.
and arguing with customers. You see people screenshot messages between themselves and a business owner. There's a lot of conflict that's unresolved that is put on social media. And, you know,
But it
it's just,
it goes back
it's
to a
just no
hustler
different.
mentality versus an entrepreneur mentality.
That's true. That's
Or
true.
it goes to, and I can't remember the spot that it happened at, but I'll save the story. But there was a gentleman who wound up in a kerfuffle about a month,
What?
a kerfuffle a couple of months ago because something had happened in his establishment, and the young lady had went online and said, "Hey, this was my experience,"
Yeah.
and it went nuts because Milwaukee minds everybody's business but its own, and this guy clearly had went to Chat GPT and said, "Hey, write me an apology letter for this situation," and then he posted it, and it was the most insincere bullshit. And at the very end of the apology, it said, "Sincerely, owner."
Oh, wow.
And I was like, "This is the problem: is that there's no sincerity in what you're
Yeah.
doing."
Yeah.
Like I don't really care. I'm just doing this because everybody on the internet is talking about it, so I'm gonna do some shit to be doing some shit.
Mhm.
And we have to just get to a point where we care about our dollar through how we treat our customers.
Yeah.
And we're just not it. I think we had it for a very short time, and then we just lost it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if that's the internet, I don't know if that's the phone, I don't know what it is, but we've definitely lost the camaraderie portion of being a business owner.
Mhm.
Hey, thank you so much for coming out. Like, I hope to see you again. Let me shake your hand. Let me introduce myself. You having a good time? Like, I can't tell you the last time I went out to a place I had never been and somebody went out of their way to engage me, to ask a question. How'd you find out about us? Like, what do you,
Yeah.
oh, we appreciate you coming out. Here's a free shot, or whatever the case may be. But we've gotten so far removed from that,
Yeah.
and we have to get back.
Yeah, I think they need to stop being so comfortable with going to the internet talking about things that they experience with specific customers. And I understand, you know, that you have your customers that you're gonna like, you're gonna have your customers that you have bad experiences with for whatever reason. But like, it's one thing to do that, but it's another thing to like specifically go to social media and bash somebody specifically. I just,
As the owner, as the consumer.
as the owner bashing customers.
Yeah, absolutely. That should never happen.
And I'm seeing that more of owners going on to social media.
Hustler versus entrepreneur.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, I think it's a little messy. Let's go to the comments here again.
Yeah, I think that's what I was gonna bring up. Yeah, so I agree, but I disagree, right? Like it says, I'm assuming they can see it, but it says, I think it should be a sit down with all of us club bar owners and have these conversations. We need to be held accountable to our people.
Yeah,
100%, but more so, we need to have a conversation with the patrons about where we spend our money.
okay.
Hey, don't go there. They don't treat us. They beat, like, whatever the case may be, right? Like at this point, I've been on this side of shit 20 years, right? Like I started at 18, I'm 39 now. For 29 years, I've been hearing people say, or 29 years, for 20 years, people say, oh man, we need to come together and we need to do this and we should have a collective and we should. It's not going to happen.
Well, it would be dope though. It would be cool if they had some kind of bar association or bar board amongst, you know, black business owners.
So they
everybody
happen in
held
pockets. You're
accountable.
never going to get everybody on board because again, the people who have those conversations,
Yeah.
they're entrepreneurs. The people who aren't a part of the conversation are hustlers.
Yeah.
I don't care about what you talking about. I'm just here to get my money and go.
Yeah, and those are the people we got problems with.
And those are
For
the people
sure.
that you should be saying, hey, don't go there.
Yeah, don't go there.
Don't
For
go
sure.
there.
For sure. For
Hey,
sure.
be aware, like we have this thing to make sure your experience is a good one, and they've chosen not to be a part of this thing.
And I'm gonna keep it real. I haven't had any bad, like really bad experiences at any establishments in a long time. And I think it is because I found my places. Like I found the places that I like in the city. I go there. I know what I'm going to expect there. And it typically works out for me with the occasional, issue, which I can typically just speak to somebody while I'm there, say what's bothering me or say what's happening, and the problem gets resolved. But I don't typically go to a lot of spots where I'm having bad experiences anymore. I would say maybe in my 20s I was.
Yeah, but you were just figuring out
and that's because I didn't know where to go, and I knew what was popular, so I would try these popular spaces
and be
then
like,
nah. Yeah, then you just
Nah.
then you figure out like
this ain't really my thing.
You start wondering like, why is this the popular space?
I do think that breeds complacency though, and I would be very, very conscious of that, right?
Okay.
Like once, and this isn't even just a nightlife. This is just a very like common thing. Like once you find your thing, that's just where you bunker down. You dig your feet in, and I'm not going to like. Part of the reason I started what I started now is because I got people saying there's nothing to do in Milwaukee. No, it's plenty to do. You just refuse to venture outside of your comfort zone or your social circle. And so when you start going to places like I found my spot, okay, but Milwaukee literally has a million different places.
Right? No,
and I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but like if like, oh, let's go here. No, I think I'm just gonna go to we just gonna go, and like unknowingly you kind of start to shut shit down because you just want to go do your thing, and we can't be afraid to explore like what Milwaukee has to offer as a whole.
I mean, I like to explore in other ways for Milwaukee. So I like to check out new restaurants. I like to check out the events that we host throughout the city. I'll go to places like that, different social scenes. But when it comes to like a bar or a club, for me, I'm just a little bit more particular because people get alcohol in them and they don't know how to act.
Absolutely.
And so once I, understand that, I want to go where I know I'll be safe. Like we were talking about earlier, places we know that are mindful, that it's a safe space. 2, I want to know that where I spend my money, it will be respected. My dollar will be appreciated. And, the customer service is there. And 3, can I park my car somewhere I feel comfortable parking it? Is there a parking lot? And if there's not a parking lot, what is the parking area like? And is it safe for me to park there without your car having busted windows or?
But here's the thing too, right? Like in that same conversation, because I can name off a number of places, but if you know that your bar or the community around your bar is not the greatest, at what point are you going to be like, yo, we just going to spend an extra $100 to put somebody in the car and drive around and make sure your cars don't get fucked with? Like your car get broken into and they'd be like, not our problem.
Yeah.
But if this is a consistent problem, like when are you going to hire a security guard to patrol the area?
Exactly.
And then tell people like, hey, y'all, like I know we done had a couple of problems getting cars broken into, but just so y'all know,
we have
this is what we did to. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
No, I can't really afford to pay somebody another $200 a night. Okay, but you just lost 20 people because they want to bring their car down there and spend $300 for a new window.
Exactly.
Like, so what's the exchange, right?
Right. What's the exchange?
And that happens more times than not, that there's a problem that is very obvious to everybody, but they don't want to spend the money to resolve it.
Yeah.
And that's not somewhere I want to be. And if you're not making enough money to do that, then maybe you shouldn't be in business, because knowingly or unknowingly, like your establishment is creating the problem, because if your establishment wasn't there,
right,
it would not that you're causing it, but if the bar's not open, there's no car to break into.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And so
that's why there's a lot of spots that were closed as well. I think that was one of the issues why Mr. J's was closed.
I know I got my shit broken in Skybox like 3 times. And I was like, I'm never going back to Skybox.
I ain't gonna lie, I miss Skybox.
The Skybox is a spot too.
I never had the car breaking issue.
Man,
the only issue I had was you would go in, and if they was like busy, they try and tell you which level to go on. I remember one time I went, they was like, go downstairs. I'm like, I didn't come here to go downstairs. I didn't come here to go downstairs. I came here to be up here.
Don't put me in the basement.
Don't put me in the damn basement. That ain't why I'm here. I want to be upstairs. A time at Allure, they did the same thing. Remember when we went to, they was trying to keep us downstairs. I'm like,
Allure got it down? Oh, Allure. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't want to be downstairs. I want to be upstairs.
Right, like how you paying to get into it? You gotta tell us where.
Are you telling me where to go? No, I do not want to be down there. I want to be up.
I want to be upstairs where the people at.
That's the only thing. That's the only thing. Like, don't tell me where to go.
But yeah, I mean, it's just a very It's just a very intentional effort on behalf of the people who either run it or manage it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are just not intentional.
Yeah.
Like they think the bar business is a liquor business and it's a hospitality business.
It definitely is.
Like the way I approach what I do, excuse me, what I do is I look at it the same way. When you go to a hotel, you have expectation of a hotel.
That's true.
Hey, I need clean towels. Okay, we'll bring some right up. Hey, where's a good place to get something to eat at? Oh, here's a list of menus that you can order from.
Yeah.
Like when I do things, I approach it from the exact same aspect as you would if you go to any hotel, but a 4-star hotel, 5-star hotel. You have expectations of what your experience is going to be. Why wouldn't my experience be that when you're talking about my safety in somebody else's establishment?
Right.
And they're like, oh, we sell liquor. We sell all kind of liquor.
Yeah, I was just talking to one of my guys the other day, and he was saying how certain places allow you to bring guns in.
Nope. First of all, it's illegal to drink and have a firearm.
Yeah.
Like even if you have it legally, you cannot have 1 ounce of liquor in your body
Right.
and have a firearm. And so to be in an establishment and allow that where it's already, even if you were legally carrying one, we're not talking about if you a felon with one.
Right.
The minute you have a drink,
It makes it bad.
you're
It's a
in
bad
conflict
situation.
with your license.
Yeah.
Like, so it doesn't, again, you're trying to appease an audience that will get you shut the fuck down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like if the police come in there and do a raid for one reason or another, and it's 8 people in here with pistols,
It's
when
over.
you go before the common council, you got a lot of explaining to do.
And you do.
Especially if it's a security guard in there.
Yeah. Why is the security letting people in with
Oh,
guns?
shit.
Oh, you
Like-
okay?
like-
yeah, for real. Why?
Like, so it's like trying to be friends with people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, that's my guy, so he good. If he was your guy, he wouldn't have came in here like that.
With that, knowing that it's gonna put your whole business at risk.
Like, don't you ever come to my business, call yourself my friend, and put my shit at jeopardy.
For, and you just letting this happen. That's crazy. Let's go back to the comments here, Tom. I see Crystal up there. She says Swish and about 7 other bars do a Monday night bar crawl, and each spot takes turns hosting.
That's dope.
Okay,
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah.
That's the hustler mentality. Absolutely. That almost killed his business. I believe it. We need to make classy cool.
Oh, classy is definitely cool. We just need to make it more abundant in a certain community.
Yeah, absolutely. If you look at the whole thing though, it's like most of the times people don't know who owns these bars. So I think
And it shouldn't matter, honestly.
Yeah.
Like we way too
But it would
busy
be
on that.
nice to know if you think about it. Some places you can go to and say, "Who's the owner? I want to speak to the owner." You know what I'm saying? Or connect me with the owner. I want to talk about my experience here.
Yeah.
You can't do that. It's like some places you can, but like most of the time you don't know. You don't know who owns it.
So if you have a problem,
Yeah.
this is my take on it. If you have a problem, you should be able to find the person or manager who has the establishment to say, "Hey, I had a great experience or a bad experience,"
Yeah.
right? But overall, and this is again my opinion, we as a community have a habit of needing to tell anybody who will listen that we own shit. It don't matter. Oh, that's my bar. I own that. We own that. I'm a part owner of, bro. But the experience is shit. So you telling me you own something, the experience is shit. Your priorities are in the wrong place. But we have a habit of trying to always validate ourselves by something that we have. It shouldn't matter who owns the bar. It should matter the experience that I have in the bar.
Right.
And 9 times out of 10 in our establishment, you're gonna find the owner faster. You get a drink. Oh, what you doing? Oh yeah, I own this. Like I'll get the bartender, and don't let it be a thirsty ass dude who own it and you a chick. It's over. It's over. He owns it. Oh, hey, I'll buy you a drink. Don't you worry. I'll get you on even. That's not what we here for.
Yeah.
That's not. And what happens 9 times out of 10 is that over time that scenario becomes, oh, the nigga who own it is a dog. The nigga who own it be fucking on the bartenders. It dilutes the brand.
It dilutes
Because
the
you in there
overall
doing a
just-
bunch of shit you ain't got no business doing.
Yeah, that reputation definitely matters. And maybe that's why sometimes we don't know who owns them then. Because the reputation needs to be hidden.
Yeah, absolutely. That or somebody mama who got the license, but it ain't who own it.
Right.
Like, 'cause they couldn't get the license themselves. But like all of those small things,
He said
all of those
somebody
small
mama.
things lead to what your experience is, right? Like again,
Yeah.
at face value, it's minor. Oh, like it don't matter that his mama is the licensee. It don't matter that he sleep with a bartender every now and then. Oh, it don't matter that the security guard charged $20 for a hat. It don't. But when you take a step back and you look at the entire thing, like this is why my experience is fucked up.
Right.
Because it's way too many people trying to manage my experience, and
Or
some
even
people are
just
hands off.
Too many people trying to please people that they're not supposed to be pleasing. You supposed to.
Yeah, because you shouldn't be 40 being
Yeah.
worried about being cool.
Exactly. So yeah, lots of good points that we made here tonight. And I'm just like I said, I'm gonna go where I know works for me. And it's a couple new spots that opened recently I want to try. One is called Options. I've heard about it, but I've never been
I know the
there.
guys who own that.
That ain't new.
Nah, they've been open like a year or two now.
Well, it's newer.
It's new to you.
Yeah, it's new to me
Yeah.
and it's newer. When I say new, within the last
within
the last year or so,
Yeah.
Boogie there
I'm
too.
just not hearing about it within the last maybe 3 months or so.
Oh yeah, no, they've been open for a minute.
So I've never been there.
It look nice in there.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
they cool too. Like I said, I know the homies who own it. Like they cool as hell.
So I want to so I want to check that out. It's some other spots too. Milwaukee something.
What y'all doing Friday? What you doing Friday?
Milwaukee Lounge or something. What's Friday?
What you doing Friday?
Let me look at my calendar.
I'm not free until after. I'm not free.
Oh,
until
this
after
Friday.
7.
Oh, you gonna be on the back end
Sure,
of
I
it.
don't think I'm doing nothing.
Well, we doing this mixtape bingo thing, so I'll give y'all some tickets to come.
Bingo,
in.
I love bingo.
Yeah, but we do ours a little
That's
different, so you're gonna enjoy it even more. It
Okay.
ain't just your traditional like B5 situation.
Where
I'm
this
not
at?
Stuck in ways. I like to experience.
Yeah,
it.
come hang out with Uptown Society. We a little different.
Uptown.
Uptown Society.
Why
Yeah, I
you
see
say
that
it-
on
Why
your
you say it
hat.
like that?
I see that on your
Why you
hat.
say it like that?
I see that on your
Right.
hat too.
Not saying it like that, but I've been hearing a lot about y'all. Not in a bad way. I'm like, oh, okay.
So you are that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
I'm
know,
not.
I've been hearing a lot about y'all.
Yeah, I own and run that.
I love that.
After I just
Oh.
said, people always worried about saying who owns some shit.
So we in the door right away.
But yeah, I started that. No, y'all good. That's
What's
what
your
I'm
name
saying.
again?
Look at, hey,
Hi, Travis.
I'm just gonna call him. I'm outside. He'll
Hey,
answer. Don't even worry
when I
about
get
it.
outside, I'll be like, I know the owner.
But yeah,
Go get your people.
so,
I know
your
the
friend out here again. when somebody annoying, it's always your friend and shit. Your friend out here.
I know the owner.
But yeah, we started that to combat all the things we've been talking about tonight, and so it's very, very intentional in everything that we do. But yeah, that's my thing. So if you've been hearing about this,
Yeah, send me the info.
y'all missed the Valentine's Day thing. That shit was cracking.
I don't know. Valentine's Day was snowing.
Man, the snow killed us. We still had like 50 people come out.
Dude, I could barely see out my windows. It was
Right.
terrible for me driving.
I appreciate everybody
Yeah.
who came out, because to come out in that and still come kick it with us. I was like, all right, we doing something. We doing a little something.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I mean, we run the gambit. So like networking events, horseback riding, speed dating events, sipping paints, bingo, wine tastings. We do a monthly
That's
comic strip.
different.
We do a food review monthly. We have a Spotify playlist. So if you rap or sing, you can submit your song, and every month
Oh, that's cool.
we have a playlist that we highlight artists. So if you sing, come on. But everything that we do is rooted in the experience of the customer. We try and make sure that we price things in a tiered situation. So some things are free.
Okay.
I think the biggest thing we've done, that's the most expensive, is horseback ride. That's like $60 a person.
Wow.
But
Horseback
you're
ride.
getting it ain't $60 to go into the club. You're getting
something.
a whole hour and a half horseback ride experience.
Oh wow.
You're getting a horse, exactly. We have a partnership with the Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra.
Yeah.
So if you've never been to
I
the
love.
Have you been?
music. No.
go, you'll love it. But we have free and discounted tickets that we offer to shows at the MSO.
My daughter plays the flute.
Hey.
So absolutely take her.
So let me ask you something. Can we do a live podcast from there?
We can figure it out if the event fits you.
Oh well, let's do it.
We
The
can do
Bell
that.
Podcast, Milwaukee.
We
would
do
like
a come on.
to come to your space.
Come on. Like what so this is gonna sound so shitty, but I'm gonna be honest. One of the things that I identified really early on is in our community, we have a habit of saying, well, you didn't come to my shit, so I ain't come to your shit. Like, I don't know what the
That's
fuck
true.
one got to do with the other, but okay, right? Like, I want you to come because it seems like it's something you want to do, not
Yeah.
because
you put
but whatever. And
Yeah.
so, the thing that I went out and immediately said was like, I'm here to be a partner with everybody. Like, as long as what you do aligns with what our mission and our ideal is, like, we'll find a way to collaborate on it.
I love it.
And like, I started calling people and being like, hey, bro, I just wanted to reach out and tell you straight up, like, we're not in competition. Like, I don't want, like, because you gonna look at me and be like, oh, you kind of do what I do, so I'm not, like, how can we work together?
Yes.
And so, like, I
Preach.
literally have called people and said that, like, yo, I was calling to tell you, like, I'm not in competition with you.
I like
That's
it.
crazy.
But like, that's where we're at
That's
in
where
terms
we
of
at.
how we do shit.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I'm gonna be the guy who does that.
I
right?
like the courtesy of doing that.
I would like for you guys to put something on your calendar for the month of May. Looking forward this month.
We can figure it out. I know we got, so right now we got like 45 events of some kind booked through like early June.
Okay.
But we can put something together, or we can. So here's my other rule: if you know that there is an audience that is being underserved, reach out to me and we can curate it together.
Okay.
Hey, like, I do anime, or like I'm trying to do like that, and I don't know where this audience is, or my group of people need something to do.
Yeah.
Let's create it. Let's do it. Like, if you know that there's a need and I have the resources, let's work together to create a space for the people who need it.
Yeah.
Right? Because the idea is is working, is that you want to go horseback riding, you want to come to the symphony, you want to come to arcade night, you want to come, and y'all like, yo, like, I had a fantastic time with that brand. The people were cool.
Yeah.
We had a good time. We got our money's worth.
Yeah.
And then we say, hey, we're doing our own event. It's not an experience like we throwing a whatever. And you gonna come because you had a good time, and he gonna come and she gonna come. And that room is going to be diverse because everybody fucks with the brand.
Yeah.
They're not worried about who's there and what. Yo, we like them people. We like what they do. So we're gonna show up.
Yeah.
And so now I got people who went to the symphony and people who went to the club all in the same space kicking it. And the common denominator is, what did you do with us?
Yeah.
Like, worst case scenario, when you walk into a room, you can say, what did you do with Uptown? And you'll have a starting point for a conversation. I went horseback riding. I went to the symphony. I went to the, like, everything we do is curated in the idea of bringing people together socially. And it's thought out in a way that you wouldn't probably think of. It's very obvious, but like, and this is stupid, but for example, on Valentine's Day, the last thing we did was like, so it was a stoplight party. If you're familiar with what a stoplight party is.
No, what's a stoplight party?
So when you're younger, you get a red, green, or yellow cup, and it indicates are you single, are you taken, are you somewhere in between, right?
Okay.
And so green is your single, red is your taken, yellow is like, I might, depending on what you're talking about. If you buy me a drink, I might talk to you. But so we did that.
Funny.
And so like, everybody was like super cool and everybody was having a time. Like, the event was fantastic.
Yeah.
But at the end, I was like, yo, listen, if you match with somebody else at the party tonight, we'll give you a pair of tickets for free to come to the next event with the person. So we want you to go around and see if you can find some commonality or whatever. But if you're willing to spend time with this person next weekend, we'll give you tickets to come for free.
So love match.
Right. But it had to be love. It could be professional. It could be any version. But like, that's normally what it is. It's a singles party is what it normally is.
That's pretty cool.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, we continue to do things like that. Or, for example, what we do, which drives me crazy with other people. If you come to our event and we have another one, I'm going to email everybody who came to the last one and give you a discount to the next one. Normally it's like, yo, if it's your first time coming, we're going to give it to you for free. No. I'm going to give it to free to the people who've already supported me. Why would I give away shit to people who haven't supported me? So anytime we do an event that's ours inherently and you've attended, we're going to give you a discount because, like, it doesn't make sense for me to reward the people who haven't supported me.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
I get that.
And so it's just small things like that we do differently that you'll experience and feel in that space when you come hang out with us. But I'm trying to do all the things I was just complaining about. I'm trying to resolve.
I love it.
And then the long-term goal is to do these frequently enough and make enough money that we create a team program out of it.
Okay.
And then all of this stuff is free for the teenagers.
I love that.
And so,
let's go.
And then ideally in a perfect world, right?
Mm-hmm.
At 16, 17, 18, 19, you're engaged in our brand. When you turn 21, we still exist. You just transition from dealing with us in gymnasiums and whatever to bars and other events. So now we have a lineage. Now it's rolling over. Because I don't know what y'all keep up with, but if you really pay attention, most people who have a stronghold on a group over time lose the group because they don't keep building the group. That group just gets older and more people. I had kids, I done moved, so the group that used to be 400 strong is 40 strong 10 years later because you're not curating the next generation of the thing that you're doing.
Right.
And so our goal is to use the money from that to create the community thing and create, like, okay, now that you've been coming out with you a teenager, you're 22, okay, you the promoter for the 22 to 25 year olds because now I'm 50, so I'm curating the 50 to 60 year old. right? But you find those people and you give them the ability to curate the next wave of the experience for the people.
Okay.
And so that's kind of what we do.
I love it. I'm gonna clap for y'all.
Thank you. TheUptownSociety.com plug.
Y'all heard that? The UptownSociety.com is doing things differently with you in mind by creating several different types of experiences that fit a variety of people's desires. I mess with that.
Nailed it.
That's cool.
Nailed
That's cool. I never heard that. Crystal said that's dope. And yes, Crystal, I agree. Crystal, we should hang out. We should pop in there together. What do you say, Crystal?
I'll give everybody a ticket. Come on.
Come tag with me, Savannah. Tone, you coming? And Tone, let's roll. Let's roll. Let's go check it out.
So come on.
You heard him. You heard it here. I'm on my own podcast.
I'm just gonna give you the
Crystal.
code. Go to the website. Just put in the code, big fella. No tickets here. we not doing like go.
Let's go.
And we don't use Eventbrite because Eventbrite charge too much. We got a
They
local
do charge.
platform.
If you let us know what platform you use,
MKE Ticks.
go ahead and write that down.
MKE tips.
So MKE Ticks.
Okay.
What happens is a portion of the fees goes to fund the Shepherd Express.
Well, shoot. Let me go ahead and put this in my phone.
And so that's why when Eventbrite started going, they reached out and they told me, and the fees are less, and some of the money goes back into a local thing. So I was like,
MKE
I'm
Ticks,
sold.
like TIX.
TIX, yep.
Oh, TIX.
TIX. Yeah, TIX, MKE
Write this
Ticks.
down. Y'all write that down.
But yeah, reach out, like set up an account with them or run it through them. But they're like, I will say the platform is a little less involved, like in terms of aesthetically, but it's functional. It's they're responsive.
Okay.
But at least when they take money, at least it's going back to support community in some way.
Awesome.
You know, and the Shepherd Express has been super responsive and helpful in helping us get the word out what we do. Same thing with Milwaukee Magazine, Visit Milwaukee. So like people are dealing with it. They just gotta understand it because it doesn't make sense right away.
Yeah.
Because we're like, well, who are you going after? Is it for black folks? No. Is it for white folks? No. Well, who's it for? Milwaukee.
It's just from Milwaukee.
Find the thing
As a whole.
find your thing.
Yeah.
Like you like comics, we got you. You like food, we got you. Like events, we got you. But like come find your thing, and then from there, like see what else we have going on.
Okay. I love it. I love that. Congratulations on your success with your business.
Yeah, we'll call it that.
Yeah, I'm definitely calling it success.
Growth.
You know why? No, and seriously, the reason why it's successful is because you care genuinely about what's going on with the experiences.
Mm-hmm.
You care about the quality of the people that you have working with you and for you.
Yes.
Right. And it sounds like you have a voice, like you're an advocate for
absolutely.
these things. So I mean, that to me, that's three things, right? That's success. That's you on your way.
I'll take that.
Yeah, and you might not have everything you want right now, but you are working towards it, which is success in itself because you still have the ability to work towards it. And you know, you making it known right now here on the show, so people could be more aware of these things because, like you said, we do settle for things. We do tend to complain and then go back because somebody else wants to go now.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll tell your friend, I've been there before and they treated me like shit, but okay, if you want to go, I guess I'll go with you. Well, no, you shouldn't want to go now because I just told you it was a shitty place to be and how they treated me last time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so we should be figuring out a better place to go. But you know, I think this was a great conversation for us to have. Thank you so much for your insight.
Thank you for the invite. This is my first official podcast since I've been doing Uptown. So
yay. I'm glad to be the first.
I was going to say that and I was like, yes,
Okay.
it is as this in this space as a DJ it's been a little different, but yes. So thank you. But yeah, it's something I care about passionately. So I was more than happy to come have these conversations and we could have kept going for sure.
Well, we know.
Oh yeah, we know for sure.
Yeah,
You know, and I'm gonna have you back. Are you okay with that?
I'm here whenever you need me.
Oh, I'll see.
You
It's
call
all
me, I'm gonna
love.
pull up.
It's all love. What I would like to do
Strong
is
in out.
after we come visit your establishment, I would like to come back with you. Is that cool?
So I'm sorry, I was making a joke. Say that. You said what?
After we come and visit your establishment, I would like to have you back.
Oh,
on the
yeah,
show.
yeah.
Maybe that.
And I want the
following
feedback.
Wednesday or something.
Yeah, I definitely want the
And then
feedback.
we can talk about our experience
You
together.
sure you want the feedback?
I want it all.
I can't.
The only
wait.
way I can get
okay,
better.
It's a date.
Like, I don't get-
Crystal. It's a date. You hear that? It's a
People
date,
get offended.
Crystal.
What you mean you ain't like
We
the
gonna- We
food?
gonna let you know.
All
We're
right.
gonna let you know when we going. Thank you so much for dropping the link, Crystal. I love Crystal. I gotta hang with Crystal. Crystal, it's a date.
Come
I'm
on.
not playing, boo.
She got the.
Yes,
She gonna have
I
the
can't
code for the
wait.
tickets. So make sure you get with her because when I leave, I'm gonna give them the code to get the tickets. So get with her and y'all pull up. It's 6 to 10. At
Yes.
Freight 38. So pull up.
Let's pull up. I've never been afraid.
So it's next. So you still going to Freight? So they brought the warehouse next door
Uh-huh.
and they turned the warehouse into a hall and then built a connecting. It's super cool. It's super cool.
That sounds cool. I'm
Yeah.
ready.
So it's called Dock 3, but it's easier to say Freight 38 because people are familiar.
Yeah.
But it's actually the Dock 3 space.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm excited to check it
But
out.
shout out to Adam. Adam cool as hell.
Don't forget to send us that info so we.
Oh, we
can
got.
be
I'm
in
gonna
the
give it to you as soon as we get out of here.
building. Okay. Cool. Is there anything else you want to touch on right now that's on your heart before we go?
Yeah, real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Treat these young adults better.
Oh,
And we're not gonna have that conversation right now, but please start treating these young adults better and stop holding the majority accountable for the minority. We have to start rewarding the people who are doing what they're supposed to do and stop hindering them because of the couple who don't. Like these young adults deserve so much better from us
yeah.
as a whole.
Yeah, they don't have nowhere to go.
They don't have nowhere to, that's different. But I will say this. If you close all the bars in Milwaukee for a weekend, you think adults ain't gonna find some trouble?
They definitely will.
So why do we think if we take everything away from young adults, they're not gonna find no trouble?
Right.
And they're
They
far
definitely
more
find
impressionable. They're far more. So of course they're still in cars because they don't have anything else to do.
Mhm.
But when I was, and we'll go back like later, but when I was running the youth program for 4 years, I got to the point where the kids were self-policing themselves. Hey, John and Sarah was talking about fighting. Who the fuck is John and Sarah? They point them out, them, because they didn't want to lose it.
Yeah.
We don't give young adults enough credit that if you give them something that they can claim as their own, that they will protect it.
Yeah.
They will, and if you respect them, they will respect you back. The problem is you talk at young adults and not with young adults.
Mm-hmm.
So that is on my heart. Is always going to be on my heart. But respect these young adults and stop thinking that just because you older, you know more. Because I know teenagers who live lives way harder than mine and know way more about life than I do.
Yeah.
So please stop thinking that just because you 40 and they 20, you know more than they do. Because you may.
Do you
not.
think that maybe the clubs can or the bars can host like certain nights?
Yeah, they can. I
that
did it for 4
attract-
years. They
Yeah.
they just refuse to because they think it's too much of a risk. But I had to have, which is what I'm working towards, is that. But there's a lot of process in that, right?
I was gonna say, how do you screen the right? Like, how do you screen them as they come in? You just
So it's not even about screening, but it's everything from front to back. So when I was running the program and it was funded through the FDA when I was doing it, but you know, a teen night would cost me 15 grand.
okay.
Like we'd hire 4 off-duty police officers. We'd have 1 security guard per, I think, 20 kids. You know, I'd go in here and rent these venues out, and I was paying them top dollar.
Okay.
You know, but my rule was, and I think this is where it started with the respect level was, hey, listen, if you come in here and you act a fool, I'm gonna put you out.
Mm-hmm.
But if somebody who works here treats you disrespectfully, I'm firing them. And so when they seen that in action,
Mm-hmm.
that's, I think, when it started to change. But literally, I'd be like, my security has no right to talk to you crazy, and you're not going to talk to my security crazy.
Yeah.
If my security wants to put you out, you have the right to talk to me first, and only I can make the decision to put you out. And I held my kids to the same expectations that I held my staff to. And so over time, it got to the point where it was like, even if they was wilding out on somebody else when I showed up, they would tighten it up. Because I had built the rapport with them that they at least respected me because I respected them.
Yeah.
That's dope because
I
I
love
think
that.
Rocket Jump or Sky Zone, my kids used to go to it. They had an overnight thing.
Mm-hmm.
They used to have an overnight that they loved that. I don't know if they still do it or not.
They need it.
They're
Like
older, but they had an overnight thing. All the kids would come
they
overnight.
like a
Like a
lockdown.
lockdown?
Yep, a lock. What call
Oh
lock in?
my God, lock-ins.
A lock-in?
Oh my God, I remember
Like
that
the
from
why
YU.
the why need to bring that back. But like I don't know, we got to this point where we become afraid of young adults. I'm not that guy.
Yeah.
Like I'm not that guy, like at all.
Yeah.
But like we've gotten to this point where it's like we're afraid to discipline young adults. I'm not playing that shit with y'all. Like if I see you out doing some stupid shit, I'm gonna call you on it, bud.
Yeah.
If you feel like if we gonna fight, like we gonna like, which we never will, because anytime I've talked to a young adult about something, like as soon as I call them out, they like young adults still know that they kids.
Yeah.
They run amok because you let them run amok. Like if you be like, yo, what is you doing, big dog? Oh, my bad, big homie. My fault, OG. I ain't mean no harm.
Photo, G.
Like, man, the first time a kid called me, that shit hurt my heart. It was like 2 years ago. I was like, damn.
Said I reached
Gotta
OG
accept
status.
it.
Like we was joking and talking, and she was like, yeah, you know what I mean, OG? Not even big bruh. Like, but
Not even big, bro.
I'm not, I just burnt into my memory of when it happened in Sherman Park. Like I was like, damn. I hit the OG mark.
That's
Oh,
funny.
man.
But
I think
nah,
that's valid though,
like
what you're saying, man.
they
And
need
I
spots.
appreciate you for bringing awareness to that because that is true. That's so true. They ain't got nothing to
Nothing.
do. And there's a new spot opening up on Hampton. I seen it on the news.
Oh,
Somebody
yeah.
was
So I
about
reached out to
open
her.
that.
So I
Okay.
reached out to her, and I felt bad for
Yeah, 'cause there was a
um,
lot of backlash.
for no reason because
Yeah.
people don't read.
It's like it ain't even open yet. Come on now. Calm
But
down.
the I think it was the Journal Sentinel, but the headline was misleading.
Okay.
So when you read the article, it's a safe community, whatever.
Mhm.
The headline read like it was a teen club.
Yeah.
But even if it was a teen club, and still the amount of backlash that she received.
This is
Oh, the kid's
ridiculous.
gonna fuck it up. She don't know what she.
Getting
Okay,
into.
so we gonna
Or
complain
good
that they
luck
don't
with
have
that.
shit,
Yeah.
and then instead of showing, like, y'all should have showed up to that girl door with pencils, pen, paper, shoes, clothes,
Yeah.
jeans. Y'all should have shown up in droves to give that lady everything that she needed to do the thing.
Yeah.
Because you sit out here and complain about it, and then when somebody does it, y'all down them.
Yep. Play them.
But
on
then
that.
you act like they're supposed to be appreciative of the fact that's not how it works.
Exactly. I agree with you, man.
And so I reached out to him, like, hey, listen, I ran this program for 4 years. Here's my name. I mean, here's my number. Here's my email. Like, if you want to talk or just like reach out.
Yeah, just reach out.
Like,
Just reach out.
I
to
don't
them if
understand why we're in this space of like we just gonna talk shit.
Right.
Like she did something none of the rest of y'all was willing to do.
yeah.
Like
Be willing to take
if you're
that-
not gonna lift
that
her up,
on.
then shut the fuck up.
Yeah, absolutely. They got to be quiet.
Like, and we just continue to do that. We continue to complain about something. When somebody comes along to fix it, we complain about it.
Mm-hmm.
We publicly
it's
say
gonna
we
take
want change,
more-
and we secretly
It's gonna
resist
take
it.
more than just her to fix it too. By the way, y'all. So I mean, if you don't see something that you like, then do something about it.
And if you don't want to do it, then support the
And
people.
support the people that do.
It's that simple.
Yeah,
Like,
because she gonna need all the support in the world. You know what I'm saying? Especially because she's dealing with other people's children, and like you were saying earlier, children are very impressionable. So we need to make sure we have people around them that can give them that sense of safety, that
Yep.
sense of security, and that ability to be vulnerable in the sense of being able to genuinely be themselves. And I think that that's something that really, really matters a lot.
and it's politics too. So, and again, I'll stop. But like,
yeah,
I mean, let's just say that she does have a minor issue, right? Like, let's just say some kids get into a fight out front.
hmm
The neighborhood might complain. The police might decide that they want to start policing her more. Like it's not just a matter of if it's good or bad. It's all the thing. Like, if somebody there doesn't want her there and she's there in spite of that, the first incident is going to become a problem.
yeah,
And then
that
she's going to have to
sucks.
defend her
That
license, and
sucks.
she's going to have to do this. And then whoever owns the lease isn't going to want to renew her. And like, there are all these other nuances that people don't understand because they've never lived in the space
Yeah.
for real.
Yeah,
You're on the outside looking in, but you never ran a business. You never had a triple net lease. You never dealt with young adults. Or if you dealt with young adults, you dealt with them in a very formal setting.
right.
Like, if you teach kids, and I love teachers to death, but dealing with the kid in the school situation and dealing with a kid when they're just out roaming freely are two entirely different situations,
that's
right?
true.
These
That's
kids
true.
want love. That's what they
And that's
want.
it.
They want love.
And so it's the I know what I'm doing because I've done this. I'll tell you in a heartbeat, like, I know how to deal with young adults in the space. I would never go into a school system as a teacher how to teach. And I would never expect you to come into my space and tell me to deal with my kids the way that I dealt with.
Right.
It takes as the saying goes, it takes a village,
It does.
right? But there's a reason that's called a village because everybody has a different skill set and everybody does something different.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, that's always a part of everything that I do and at the helm of everything that I do. But the goal is to get this to a point so that I can do more for young adults because they deserve spaces that are uniquely theirs. They need to
Yes.
blow off steam. They need to shake a little teenage ass, and they need to like because we had teen clubs.
They need
We
it.
had 14 clubs when I was coming up.
I
We was
remember Club
crap.
H2O.
H2O,
That
Park
was
Bar,
my-
Pure,
Big
618,
grown men.
the Clubhouse. Nigga, we had them.
Yes. What happened to? Oh,
We had them.
Because of grown men used to be up in there.
Yep, and then it got. I'll never forget. We was in H2O one time, and
Grown people
I
up
think
in
Homer was
there.
DJing. He was like, "Yeah, so and so just brought out the bar, bro. It's soda and juice." Like, what do you mean? He just brought out the bar? That's weird,
Right.
boss.
soda and juice.
Like, yeah, John from 3rd Street just brought out the bar. All the ladies can go get. Fam, this is a teen club.
It's a teen
That whole
club.
bar cost $70. Like, what are we?
Everything.
I didn't like
The
that.
I never went to. I aged out. Yeah, the
I've
Amistad is where I
Never
aged
went
out.
Ever again.
I've never been
But
there.
H2O was my spot.
But I remember saying, yeah, it's, when they first opened, it's like it's a slave ship inside. Then I seen a picture and it was a fucking rowboat in the middle of the floor. I'm like, I want to say my dog Thomas owned that if I'm not mistaken, but like I never forget that when they first, yeah, they got a slave ship in there. What?
Oh, I miss Lux. Y'all remember Lux?
Yeah. I don't know. Like
what
my
happened to
so
Lux?
my boy Nate brought it, but I don't know. Like the name on the outside changed now.
Yeah, it's a new
So
name
I don't
on
know if
there
he
now.
sold it or what. But my dog Nate had it for a minute. Shout out to Nate. But he had it for a little minute after he brought it off of Thomas and them. But
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's a couple other spots I haven't tried yet. Sires.
Sires,
I've been
Sirs.
there.
I still ain't got the name
I've
right.
been there.
I wasn't.
Is Elite a
I
bar?
wasn't.
I've been there.
I've
They
never been
cool
there yet.
too.
Elite.
yeah.
Which one is Elite?
It's like on
It's
Fond du Lac.
by the liquor store.
Oh no, I haven't. No.
Yeah, I
The
haven't been
old,
the old
I think that
Jeans
was
Lane.
Jeans too, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Area,
Got it.
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
They nice up in there too.
Yep. So it's a couple spots. Like I said, options I still haven't tried. There's still a couple places I want to try. The reason I like to go to places is because I don't know. I like to talk to people. I like to get to know new people, but also because in the line of work that I do, I need to network, and I just feel like
Yep.
that's one of the funnest ways to network is to go out and enjoy yourself and talk to other people, and just find out new things about what's going on. We always do. We always do. There's a couple places we done hit up. Kinkies. I like Cream City Social Eatery.
I have not been there.
Go
And
there.
I know
please.
plenty of people who DJ there. I have not been in there yet.
Please go there. Owned by Mark. Shout out to them and Diamond. Shout out to them. I really love going there. The chicken, the wings, the garlic parmesan wings. Though we went there to watch the Jake Paul and Tyson fight. Crazy situation. I celebrated my birthday there last year with my peoples. So and I go there at least once a month. I love the space. They really built that place.
Nice.
Man, they really hooked it up. The bartenders are cool. There's hookah. It's a nice space. You can do special events. They've had several different DJs there.
Yeah, I know they keep a couple in there.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a vibe. Definitely go check them out. Check them
Okay.
out. They right off Center. In Houghton.
I'm probably
Center and
overdue because like I know Billy being there. I think Vale being there. I think Boog being there occasionally.
Yeah.
So like
Boogie
I'm
in there.
like half of the Brownstone crew being there.
Yeah. Shout out to DJ O Boogie for sure.
My dog with his old dancing ass.
I love it. I
he
love
a
that he be in
vibe.
there
He-
dancing.
That's my dog.
He be on that.
That
shit.
was-
I'm like,
I was like, he burned 1,800 calories a DJ gig. He be sweating and like that's why he's skinny because he burns 1,000,000 calories
That's
every
it.
time he DJ.
I mean, I would too if I was
But,
up there playing all my favorite.
I love. I've been knowing Boogie pretty much my entire DJ career. Like I love Boogie to death.
He's definitely one of my favorites for sure.
but yeah.
He up there top two. You know what I'm saying? He up there.
I feel like I'm due. I might
DJ,
actually do this.
Nick Stokes.
Shout out to Nick.
Yeah, we
That's my
fuck
boy.
with you. We first met him at Black Bites.
Okay.
Yep. So even that, just getting to know people, finding out what they do, where they do it at, like then you just built this network of people, and that's my favorite part about it all.
Me and Nick were supposed to be working on something. He got busy. Nick, call me.
Nick stay busy.
He stayed busy, but that's a good
I
thing.
just seen that he was doing something with the Bucks.
Was it the Bucks or was it the hockey? Or he got the Bucks too now. Like I know he
seen
was
him
doing
doing
the
something with the
Admirals game. I
Bucks.
think he got the Admirals or something like
I
that.
seen that too.
Yeah. But it's actually a couple cats like James Mixon is doing. I think Marquette and Stretch is over at the Bucks thing too. And so like cats is getting into spaces that like maybe 8 or 9 years ago just weren't accessible.
Yeah.
And I'm really proud of cats who are doing that.
I love
obviously. I think Brownstone's the only place I still semi DJ at. But like when I was in that space, like that was something that people could only. And I won't be honest. I feel like O kind of opened that. Shout out to DJ O. I feel like O kind of opened that door and doing the stuff with the Bucks first, and then it kind of went from there.
Yeah.
But like Bucks was, O was the in-game DJ for like 3 seasons before Shauna came along.
Wow.
And so like I feel like O kind of started that conversation of what that looks like.
Yeah.
But now these DEI programs is going away. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Oh God. And that's another conversation.
We'll see how many of us got a job next year.
Oh my God. Well, thank you so much, both of y'all.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate y'all for chiming in on this conversation, making it what it was. I think we got a lot of dope viewers today. We got a lot of good conversation and good feedback. So thanks everybody out there that were watching. Prince, Crystal, Tashima, what was it? Owner of Black Bites Bar. You under here, Wanky.
I was
Yeah,
like,
he
wanky,
was on- he
wonky.
was on here. Thank you so much for chiming in. I appreciate y'all. And yeah, let's start being more
Intentional.
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 Let's start being more vocal as well
Supportive.
about our experiences, and let's start telling these people how we feel, and how how they can make it better and better experiences. Because a lot of times too, people don't change because they're not getting held accountable for it. So tell them, don't leave that place and you ain't told them something about how you felt or how
Respectfully.
yeah, respectfully, of course. What you think they could work on, or how just overall how you felt being there. So that's my last word on it. This is my show, my own podcast. My name is Kenda, and I'll see y'all next week.